All right, we haven't released anything this year yet. So what are we gonna do? Sonic Frontiers LP? Nah, let's not do that. Sonic Prime? Nobody wants to hear that. More anime? People definitely don't want to see that. What is easy content to do with Sonic? Got it! There we go. When you've run out of options, you just make a tier list. What's an easier way to waste several hours than talking about a random topic about Sonic and labeling your correct opinions? But which correct opinions should we talk about? It could even be, ooh, that one. Now let's just go with the easy well. When you run out of options, just rely on 06.
And we're here.
Whoa.
Whoa, look at all of them.
Why are there so many?
Well, you see, it's because Sonic the Hedgehog, also known as Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 or Sonic 06, is a game with a rich tapestry of characters, all living their own lives. It's very similar to games like Shenmue and Tetris.
Yeah, it's just like both of those.
Yeah, they all got their own stories going. Like in Adventure and Unleashed. I guess not Adventure 2. We only see them very briefly, and they're creepy. But
yeah, probably for the best on that one.
You don't want to talk to the guy in Paris who's like having a breakdown?
This one?
Yeah.
He looks like he fits the bill.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have 5 rankings here.
Right.
S, A, B, C, D.
Right.
We can make more if we want.
Right, you could make an E. You can make an F. Right? You add a row.
I do like E. Hopefully we won't need it though.
Okay. I mean, you could add it just in case. Like E and then parentheses danger zone. That's what I would do.
Danger zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should have added that.
I think to at least start, we need to start. Where do you even start with such a wonderful cast of characters? I wouldn't even know where to begin.
The Shopkeep! The Shopkeep!
The Shopkeep.
He's S rank. Hey.
There he is.
Does that feel right?
But, I mean, wouldn't someone who says A go in A?
Oh, wait.
Hey.
I mean,
that
he's
feels
telling
right.
he's telling you what he wants. I think we should honor it.
And
Okay,
he's
that's
bartering.
fair.
We have to go with it. I would also posit maybe selling anti-gravity over the counter gets you an S, but the man wants it what he wants, you know?
Right, he's charging. But he's also charging for accessories to a pair of shoes that aren't on the market. That means he's
I
like...
forgot the basic rules of selling, and when you said he's charging, I was like, what's he charging up for? He's just a man.
It's the basic rules of commerce.
Someone needs to test the anti-gravity.
Right, but I
Someone
mean, like...
sure does.
So you have that guy who's like, okay, here's these shoes. They're not on sale. And then conveniently next to him is a guy who runs a shop that sells accessories for shoes that are unavailable to the general public. That's
Oh man, do you mean Alberto Robert, who is
not
maybe
him.
this one?
That is not him.
Oh,
That is not Alberto.
That's not him?
That's not Alberto, no. Alberto is okay, second row.
He's in the second row, yeah. He's beside
9.
the priests.
He's not the lady.
Oh, there
There he is.
I forgot his distinctive olive green shirt. As opposed to the other identical man's distinctive crimson.
Well, yeah, they're different characters. That's Alberto. Alberto Robert. He has a last name, which is rare in Soliana. Just to let you know.
I'm assuming it's Robert, right? Alberto Robert, maybe Italian. I'm not Italian. I don't know.
On the one hand, I like his name. On the one hand, I also like that he's the first NPC you actually really encounter. On the other hand, he also gives you the ring mission, which was a testament to what you're going to expect in the game. So he gets some points docked for that.
Right. You gotta...
I'd push back and say that not only is he quintessential to the quest, because apparently you can't proceed in the game unless you get his shoes, but it's a kind warning. He's letting you know immediately that you shouldn't waste your time if you don't want to. It's an act of kindness and not a judgment upon you, I think, perhaps.
That is fair. He's one of only a couple actually canon experience to the Sonic 06 mythos. Is everybody has to experience him.
That's right. You have to look him dead in the eye, in his dead eyes.
And then wait 30 seconds to load so you can look at them again for 2 lines of dialogue and
Right.
then load more. I'm going to right here. Does that feel right?
I mean,
Is he an S? He's quintessential.
A for Alberto. So
Oh, okay. Now that's a good point.
right.
That's a very good point.
I feel
I
like
hadn't quite
everyone's gonna
considered
just okay. Yes,
Well, half of these people do go, hey.
that's true.
but Shopkeep guy is he is the quintessential A.
Hey.
Yes.
Everybody else is just a copy of him.
He's the first point of contact with the the expression A.
Yes,
Um,
he is the first point. So I think he's special. They're both special, and they're also running some sort of scheme together, and Sonic is the
They have
unwilling
to be.
pawn of it. And I think that's important. I don't know how often Sonic gets involved in unwilling schemes and just goes along with it. I guess it lets him do special moves, even though he could do those moves already in other games, but then whatever. It's fine. A.
Hey.
But he doesn't say A. He says,
That's true, he does.
do you spell that with A, though? Maybe. Who's next?
Right, are we...
If nothing's standing out, I'm going to close my eyes and move the mouse around and go from there.
Okay, close your eyes.
Everyone's just so distinctive.
They're all important, people.
All right, they're closed.
okay.
My peepers are closed.
Okay.
Click.
Oh,
Oh,
It's the
guard.
captain.
The captain.
wait, which one is he? Hold on, let me look.
Which one is the captain?
Which one is the captain?
Which one is the captain? Not... Okay, so the one you clicked
Yes,
is not the captain.
it's not the captain.
That's not the captain.
Damn it.
That is... He is... his name is... his name is Giorgio.
That was so fast.
He is someone you talk to during that, but he's not the captain. So
I'm pretty sure the real captain is on the second row.
Oh, well, you better go around and ask the others first, just to be sure.
Okay.
yeah, you'll find him eventually.
Like-
But yeah, that's not the
like-
captain. Sorry, if you chose him, you would have failed the mission. That guy,
That guy is not the captain.
that's not. No, that's Guido.
That fucking Guido, am I right?
yeah,
This guy also. Not
Oh,
the
he's
captain.
definitely not the captain. I don't even know what his name is. He's in the forest.
He's the poor guy that got outpost duty at the huge forest. Is like, I guess I have to walk.
It takes me an hour to get around everywhere.
yeah, he's the.
Why do we think this was a good idea?
There aren't a lot of people in the forest. I don't think. But here we go. Yeah,
If we're continuing this line of logic here, and
Okay.
focusing on the guards,
we're focusing on them. Yeah.
that is not the captain, and he is ashamed that you would insinuate that.
Right. That is Alessio? Alessio? He gets sad in the game because he tells Sonic about Mel, the legend of Mel, a very fast man who lived in Soliana, and then Sonic beat his time. And then Alessio, I guess, lost the will to live.
I don't believe anything you just said, but it was very endearing.
There you go. Okay, he moves right up.
Now this guy's got a bit of a look to him here between child
And there's that.
child and mysterious other benefactor.
Right. Okay. So
That's the
gonna
real
say-
captain.
okay.
That's the real captain.
That's C for captain.
That is the real captain. Yes. PA.
Yeah,
Okay.
he does also get a C because he sucks.
He's, right, because he's trying to trick you. It's like, oh, Princess Elise has been kidnapped by Dr. Eggman. Oh, you know who Dr. Eggman is? Well, I'm gonna fuck with you. Right.
Have you ever heard of him? All right, so I think this is one of the important, like this just reflects on us for what we choose here. Is he good because he puts you through such a ridiculous routine, or is he the worst man on earth? Do we appreciate the cut of his jib, or should he burn in hell?
I would say it balances out. It balances out for a C.
I think it balances out because he's doing what he's told to do, but at the same time, he's also complicit.
He's
right,
a
he
cog in a
doesn't-
machine.
Yeah, he doesn't question the
he's
orders.
he's like, C for cog.
Cog, Captain. Oh God.
Cogswell.
So,
There's another fake one right there.
there are two more. Somehow.
There are two more, yeah. Which one are you eating? Okay, that one is Fabio. When Sonic's like, who's the captain, he outright lies and tells you somebody else is the captain. He hates Sonic. Or maybe he hates
Okay.
the monarchy. I'm not
So
sure.
he's earned his
Oh.
spot here.
I mean,
So either so is that good or a bad thing?
I mean, who is actually in charge of Soliana?
Right.
Because if
Because
Elise,
Elise's dad is dead, but she's not a queen.
right, so she's just
Sir
right, she's-
Regis? Sir Regis Philbin?
I mean, he
He's
runs.
a mayor.
He is that what he is? The mayor, Lord Regis.
Or I guess he's a lord.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
I
Lord
guess he could be
Regis, right.
both. I mean, you can be a lord and you can be a lady.
I'm mixed on Fabio, because, like, on one hand, fuck the power, but on the other, Sonic's a world-known entity, I would assume, at this point. If you're misleading Sonic, that's like telling Superman, no, he went that way. You can't do that.
That's true. He's
I think putting him at high D is a good compromise.
high-
Okay.
like
ID.
right.
Always
That-
respect an
Heidi.
anarchist.
That's what you if in the lunchroom, if you weren't cool enough, you drank high D. That's what you.
He just got the
That's such a
knockoff.
bad joke.
It's like, this is actually vitamin D.
It's just milk. Oh.
All right, David.
Okay.
Who-
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Who's
so
this?
he doesn't have a name. He is Soliana's soldier, and he talks to you and says, "Oh, I can't wait for this to blow over. I want to go on a vacation with my girlfriend. I want to go skiing. Oh, but first I have to find a girlfriend."
Pity. That one's pure pity. Look at his face.
He's
There's
sad.
just pain and sorrow. It's like a classic
God.
painting.
Yeah, that's who he is. That's his life.
Okay, and to round this out,
Okay.
I'm really testing my knowledge here. This has to be one of the train people, right? Tall Hat Man.
That is, yes, he is a trained person. He is a special trained person because I don't know if you're aware of this, but there were missions in the game that weren't implemented. They were left on the cutting room floor because this game was rushed and stuff. If you re-implement his mission, he tells Sonic to stop a bombing from happening in the train station.
Oh,
I wonder why that got cut.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think that one was cut for time.
that might have been cut for because, like, wait, maybe you shouldn't like just threaten people randomly because I don't even know if it was connected to Eggman or if it's unrelated. Because there are some.
It could have been one of these people down here doing it.
It could have been all of them.
The Grand Soliana conspiracy.
this is the most confusing game of Clue ever.
I'm better at Guess Who. Does he look like all the others? Yes. Oh.
God. Oh my
Yes.
god, we need to make a Guess Who with these pictures. That's so good.
I like it.
Is he made of metal?
That will narrow it down. Is it someone with a name?
Well,
And then you just put down like all the put down like two of the captains.
Oh.
I don't want to be too generous. If he's been robbed of his purpose, I do feel pity for him. But if we're looking at potential, this entire cast goes up. So I think maybe second Heidi
Second.
is a good spot.
Okay.
Underneath the anarchist.
Yeah. Like, if he knew about the plot, he'd probably assist him. That's what I'm thinking. Like, after the train bombing, he'd have been like, I need a different line of work.
All right.
An uprising sounds great right now.
Oh yeah.
Is anyone here standing out to any of you guys? You're like, oh man, obscured kid behind Sonic's quips.
Is that a gun officer near the middle? I've never seen this guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
Who is that?
there is a gun mission or two in Shadow Story, right?
that's right. There are two. Right. That's
And
Wait, which one is it?
and one of the missions where you're driving down like a
okay.
long highway for some
Yeah.
reason.
Okay, the
Oh,
one
yeah,
you.
the floppy disk.
Okay, that one. Yeah, so that's Herman, the one, that guy right there. His name's Herman. He,
Okay.
I think hates his job. He's the mission where he's like, I gotta test gun officers for strength. I'm just standing here. He just tests Shadow to make sure he's strong. Which
It sounds like he got drafted.
right. His name is Herman. That's a real name.
That feels like a C to me.
He also knows Shadow.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you're Shadow. It's been a while.
Okay, well, he's a Sonic fan, so I think C works.
Oh, okay.
Who was the other one? We'll just
The
knock
other
him
one-
out while we're here.
The other one is named Par. He
Bob Parr?
yeah.
Incrediman?
He gives Shadow a mission. Because apparently some top secret discs involving light cores were stolen. Ones that were owned by Rimlight. I have some thoughts about Rimlight. I feel like we're gonna have to dig deeper as we go through this tier list because I have questions about them.
Is there
What's
a
Rimlight?
is there a
Rimlight
web under the surface here?
Rimlight is a corporation that develops the light cores. The stuff that when you break a robot, it all pops out and absorbs into you. Those light cores were developed by Rimlight. Eggman steals a bunch and uses them in 06. But I feel
My
like there's
brain is lighting up like a light core right now. This is amazing.
right. Like there is
New 06 war?
right, which is funny because in 06 Sonic's bar of light core is broken, so it's always full. Shadows I think works, and Silver's, but not Sonic's.
Yeah.
But Rim, like it comes up over and over again as you go through this cast of characters, and I feel like there's something going on that we're not meant to know.
That's so cool.
And like, Gunn is an unwilling or willing participant of what's happening. So I don't know where you would put
Well,
that.
that's fantastic, but I need to separate that from Parr here.
Right, him. I think
Oh,
he's
right.
boring. Put him above the other one. No, actually, maybe you should put him
Okay.
below the other one. Like in C.
Right.
Oh, put him in D. Okay, he's done.
He gives you a bad mission.
Oh yeah, you're judging him on game quality, which is probably the better thing to do. All right.
Oh, I have one that I want to pick. I think I recognize this one. The
Okay.
one below Solaris on the right in the top.
Oh, her.
Her.
This lady.
Okay, which one do you think she is?
I think she's the one who tells you to kill people in a car.
Are you sure that isn't this lady here?
It could be that one. I'm looking for the lady who's telling you they stole stuff from me.
Yeah?
Please go destroy their car on the highway.
That, Steven, you will be happy to know that you are absolutely right. That is Gina, and
God.
she wants Sonic to stop these shoplifters
By killing them.
by killing them. Yeah, she's like, could you just commit some casual murder for me?
That's
Okay.
A tier quality right there.
Right, you gotta put her up high. I mean, 'cause she's just like, not only is she outright, just kill them, please. Sonic's like, yeah, this sounds great. I know the princess is in trouble, but I haven't committed any murders recently. So, I would, yeah, you gotta put her up in
Let's
A,
not-
if not S.
We can vote. I would put her in S, but what do you guys feel?
I feel like they should be below the shopkeep. That's why I said hey. It's like I don't think they go above the shopkeep, but yeah, they're right beside the shopkeep. I think is good.
She's not as notable, but okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can
Not
live
as
with that.
iconic.
Right.
She's like a cult character. If you know, you know.
If you don't, right. Well, if we're talking about If you're talking about someone that we should put in S, I think there's no question. You got to put Pele, the beloved dog,
Yes!
in S.
The beloved dog.
The beloved
Pele.
dog. Yeah.
I think that is unquestionable. I think that just makes sense.
Yeah, he's one of, if not the best characters in this game. Like,
You can play as him, too.
right. Yes. That is a good mod, but I've never modded 06. I don't understand how. I put,
And since you put Pele there, you should probably also put beside him the best boy, Hatson.
That's in the pigeon.
The pigeon.
Coo.
He's
I can get behind that.
ah.
I think this is a good list so far.
So Liana is
It
an
is.
Animal Kingdom, I think.
It's so far a bunch of employees of the city and people with nefarious intentions.
The most nefarious.
Oh yeah.
Coo.
It makes sense to me. It
Um,
makes sense.
Can I get one out of the way that's bothering me?
Okay.
David,
Yes.
who is this man
Who
with
is
this photo looks framed in such a way where I'm like, that's a very deliberate photo. There has to be something to that.
I think you might be mixing him up with the other guy who looks just like him.
right? There are a couple individuals.
Him?
Yes, those are the two
Yes.
people with names.
That Hawaiian shirt.
Right, who's also different from the second to last one, who's also exactly the same. If you go
Oh shit, there's a third one.
there's
God damn.
at the very
They're
bottom,
triplets.
very bottom, second to
Oh,
last.
God.
There's three men. They all look the same. They're all different.
One tells the truth, one tells lies, and one's can't decide.
One is hung. Right. Okay. So the first one, the framed one, as you put it, that is Beruni, Berruni. I don't know how do you pronounce any of these. It's fine. He is someone who boasts about his wealth and says that he has assets that are worth 10 billion rings.
Oh, that
And-
asshole.
Yeah, and then he forces Sonic to collect 100 rings, but he hides the 100th one in his pocket. And then he's like, "Oh,
Oh,
no."
him!
Right. So he, I think, is a personification of the man, or at least a version of the man. And he's obsessed with wealth, and then he's worried, I guess, that he is going to not be wealthy, because I think Sonic, over the course of his lifetime, has collected well over 10 billion rings. Because he's Sonic. Second guy, his name is Paganini? Paganini? It's Paganini. I don't know. He's obsessed with apples. Paganini, and he loves apples.
That's
Oh.
right.
Wealth, gluttony, and what's the third one?
The third one is super important. He is a middle-aged man who just is like, I'm really good at karate. I would have saved Princess Elise, but I had a stomach ache. Oh, all the girls love me. Oh, you want to meet them? I'll show them to you later. They want me to protect them. So we have
I'll show them to you later. I won't introduce you later. I'll show them to you.
He is a man who
Okay.
right. So
Executive decision. That's B, right?
yes. So
Apple man and I have money man. I'm less sure about.
right. They're all they all live different lives.
Yeah, Money Man gets bottom tier.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
It just seems like an asshole.
Apple Man, what he wants to go to an apple fair, but he wants to get some apples from the forest before he goes to the apple fair because he wants to bring apples to the apple fair. So I don't know what that means.
That sounds like he's like benevolent, or kind. He's looking out for others, maybe, and good-hearted. Maybe not like the most logical intentions, but
No.
you know. But
Because
like
you would
can't-
assume there's
can't
already
knock on
apples there, right? Like
that. Maybe they're out, and he's just like, they need me. If I don't bring apples to the apple fair, then it's just fair.
right.
It's just a fair. I would put him at the top of B or the bottom of A.
Okay, I can get behind that B. I think
Right.
because
Top of,
we are still guessing his intentions, but they seem pure.
right.
Yeah.
He's probably
How do I
better
add,
than the other triplet because I would assume the wealthy triplet has written the other two out of his will. Right?
Oh no, I messed everything up.
What have you done?
There, that's the new color.
Oh, okay. New.
This way, we can focus and have a little judging area.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I like that.
You grab someone and stare into their soul.
This guy's bothering me. I don't like this guy.
I don't like that guy. Oh, he's
like a slightly more detailed old RuneScape character.
He looks like Jack Final Fantasy.
He does. Chaos.
Oh.
Chaos.
Well, I heard the chaos is power.
I think David doesn't know who this is.
Not real. Oh, no, this guy. Well, I know who he is in 06. I'm not sure. I don't know much about Final Fantasy. Is that the new one or the old one?
New one. Who is he in 06 though?
In 06, his name is Nicolo. He demands that Shadow go save Professor Puccini from crashing into the Iblis creatures, the Mephiles, whichever ones. He's like, "Hey, you got to save the professor. He's an historian and he knows the history of Suliana, and if he dies, that will be a great loss. Please save him from driving willy-nilly into monsters." I guess the professor is bad at spatial things.
So he's like the alchemist from Spyro.
Oh, please not like the alchemist. No. Is the professor this guy with the glasses?
No. That is not.
Is he down here?
He is
just to help me get an idea here.
Right. I'm trying to remember what he looks like. He is one of the old men. Okay, fourth row, first one.
Oh,
that is Puccini. Yeah. So that is the man you save. Yes.
Okay. Well, this does look like a man who would drive in a giant fiery beast. So I guess I can get it.
Yeah. There's So that's the man who tells you to save him. That is the man you save. He is happy about the fact you save him, I think, because he's like, "Thank you. Your name is Shadow? Are you the one who solved the major crisis?" What he's talking about.
Oh man, the major crisis.
Because I don't think we've solved anything yet, right? Like,
unless he's referring back to the alien stuff and Shadow.
Oh man, could that be? Is that continuity? Whoa.
Well, it has to be. What else has Shadow done lately?
Oh yeah.
Other than save the world from getting hit by a laser twice, I guess.
Man,
he did that twice. He's like, "I'm good." Yeah,
that is like the opposite of my Frontier scrutiny. That's too vague of a reference.
Come on, tighten it up a little.
Aren't you the one who stopped all those black creatures? It's like, don't.
Just call them the aliens. I'm going to say Nicolo gets a high C to bring that full circle. Just because he is concerned. He's looking out for the elderly.
He's a concerned citizen, but the professor, we don't know how he grades his students. He might be really bad.
Very vague. He's very vague with his reference, so maybe.
Right. Oh, you're putting him below wealth.
No. C. Like he hasn't done anything wrong.
Low C is fine.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's the bottom of near the bottom of the C barrel.
Yeah, he's just fine.
Yeah. Okay, that works.
We just need to put one more in B, and then we have a good stepladder here.
That's true. Well.
Yeah.
Stefan, who's sticking out to you?
Let me see.
I want to get one from everyone at least.
I want to see where Lord Regis would go.
Lord Regis. Okay.
He's someone we all know.
Into the judging bay. Lord Regis Philbin grants us access to the desert after using anti-gravity to slip through a horizontal slant to go to a roof.
Yeah. That is what he does. You say
he also shows up in Silver's story to gate progress, right? Or is it Shadow's? You
I
run
think
into him a fair bit.
I'm pretty sure he appears in all. He appears in all three. He's like a frequent face that you see on your adventure.
Right.
He's always there to give you access to the desert. Because apparently, I guess he owns Dusty Desert because you need his permission in order to get there.
Oh, so he's not like nice wealthy. He's just a landlord.
Right. Oh, yeah. I guess he runs the town while Elise is kidnapped.
I thought he was just sealing certain places off because they were too dangerous. You're like, don't go here.
Right. I think
But
that is
why
what he
wouldn't you let
does.
Sonic in? Isn't he like famous for destroying robots?
None of these people seem to know who Sonic is. Right? I mean,
They're certainly unfazed by him.
yeah. Maybe they think it's just Sonic Man again.
I forgot that it's his daughter specifically Yugo saved, not even just a random girl. So he's like a vested interest. What a monster.
Wait, which one's Sonic Man?
Sonic Man is
It's
right
the second
here.
row. There he is.
Yeah, there he
No,
is.
that's Sonic.
Oh, wait,
the
this
first-
one's Sonic Man.
Yeah, right.
There he is.
Wait, why is Sonic on here twice?
Oh, you know, it was
Past Sonic, present Sonic?
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. No, Sonic's on here 4 times.
Wait.
Oh, God.
No, wait, 5 times.
All right, they're
there
all
he is at the
right.
end.
Sonic,
Oh, there's
Sonic.
Sonic.
Right, we go
Oh, yeah.
across Sonic, Orange Sonic.
Tails, Rouge.
So-
There's
All the
Sonic.
Sonics.
There's all our Sonics. We got our ducks in a row now.
All right. So many Sonics in this game.
Yes, I think I think the Lord would probably be a good B because it's like you see him pretty freaky. He's very He's one of the most memorable ones, but it's also like he's limiting your progress at some point. He's probably rich, so that's kind of so it's like everything balances out to maybe a B.
You just want the
Does he-
step ladder, but I'm going to agree with you.
Is he above or below Apple Man?
Oh.
I mean, he is still.
Apple Man, I think he just wants to give to the people. Lord Regis, I don't think he wants to protect people, but maybe that's because he doesn't want to get sued.
I'll give it to Lord Regis. He does stand up to Eggman at a point in the game. He has courage. He isn't just idly standing by for his people. He does make a stand at some point and gets locked up. So maybe
Wouldn't that put him above Depressed Man?
Right. He probably right, because the Soliana soldier, he's like, I'm looking for love, but I've got no love. Regis has a child, so he must have found love at some point.
Oh.
So
Well, I gotta keep the underdog on top, so
right.
let's put Regis under.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense then, where he is in B. It's good.
Yeah.
And there's that ladder. Let's climb up.
Let's go.
Those are stairs.
Yes.
I'm going to throw out a wild card here.
Okay.
Robot.
Yo.
And
Oh, it is
Cubot
Orbot.
robot.
That's a robot. Oh man, there's another robot.
Sonic fans don't know. They actually debuted in 06 right here.
That's right. Well, then if we're looking at them as Orbot and Cubot, where would you put them?
We can't.
Oh. Okay. So, look, they're just robots.
Robots are hard because they are just robots.
They don't have much of a personality.
Now,
They
what I
barely
will
count.
give
They have
here,
faces. But-
they barely count. What I will give, because there is also the neutral variant. This is the leader one, and when you destroy it, it kindly destroys all the ones below it. So I think that's worth at least a low C for convenience.
Okay.
No.
Or maybe he's just a higher D. But for now, we'll put that there, I think. I'm just going to save us all some effort here. I don't think we have anything to say about this.
I mean, you could put them in E.
I don't.
Like, you could create E.
Wait. We could
Oh, like
create
for E series?
but I do think they're better than that guy.
I mean, the gray one, the gray ones do have the whole. They do have the whole thing. Yeah. They're basically like the minions. Yeah, they're the minions to the black middle one, essentially. So it's
Banana.
like, yeah, they're just a follower, and like he's the leader, so he gets to be up a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the big guy just kind of has annoying attacks.
All right. That's another.
These things.
Right.
Now these are red, but they aren't a leader thing like that thing, right? They're just stronger.
Yeah, those are the big guys. Like the one in the yellow one is those are both the ones I'd like say like with silver. You pick up their like hands when they throw them at you and you shoot them back at.
When they throw hands at you.
They got faces.
Okay.
That's all I know. They are, yes. Oh, still better than him.
I don't like him. Everything about him, I'm just kind of over.
You might. Well,
Okay.
you could always create E and just put him in there.
We might have to. We might have to.
They aren't on this list. They aren't on this list. But if they were, where would you put the standard Eggman robots?
Like the crab and the rhino and.
No, just the regular the soldier looking robots, the ones that kind of look like gun robots
Oh.
that shoot the Vulcan cannon shots.
Probably above yellow, behind this guard. You know, I can kind of remember them, but I don't have a lot of love in my heart for them.
All right. All of Eggman's robots in this game are kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I guess they're aiming towards realism and they're all like manufactured. What's the word? Mass, like a mass what is the word for a mass manufactured thing?
They're homogenized.
Homogenized. That's a good word.
Worthless consumer models.
Yeah, something like that.
So the wrench I want to save to throw in later. I want to rank the Iblis creatures once we're near the end, just so it gets real weird.
Okay. Right.
So I'm
They're
gonna
there
pick-
because I guess they're alive, right?
Yeah, they're organic. I'm
Okay.
gonna pick this guy. Who's that guy, David?
Oh, that guy. He is. Wait, where did he?
Man with tie.
Man
one,
with
maybe.
tie. Oh yes. That is. Here's another thing. We're getting deeper into the Rimlight conspiracy. Now, Rimlight. I think we need to refer to them as the Man. Why? We just do it. His name is Elkan or Elkan. It's Elkan. Elkan. He is a researcher of light cores, and he works at Rimlight. So he is researching a thing that anyone can buy, which I think is a problem, right? He wants Shadow to defeat a bunch of the Iblis, whatever the monsters are, he wants them to defeat the monsters so we can get the light cores so we can study them. Now, if they're researching something that's already on the market, I feel like they're using the consumer as a guinea pig to test out what these what the light core energy does in the wild. And I think that's an issue, right? Like, why would you be researching something? Like, you're not. What is the research? It exists already, right? You've developed it. It's out there. Eggman stole a bunch. It's everywhere. What do you? I think there's something going on.
So he is just a pawn, but he is willingly out there doing this also.
Yeah. He is a diligent employee of Rimlight. That's how the Sonic News Network describes him. Diligent means that he is step in line. He's like, yeah, I'm into it. Although he does recognize Shadow. He calls him the famous Mr. Shadow.
He's a Sonic fan and he does evil things. Okay.
Yes.
So here.
Now we can make real progress on our research, he says. I don't trust him. I don't trust Rimlight.
I think he deserves D then, because he's doing conspicuous things. And he's a Sonic fan. He even recognized the characters, so he's done.
Right. All right. Yeah. You wanna?
Oh,
You wanna
we're getting
do
a lot of everything's blending together a little bit now.
There's a lot of blood here. What
What
about
about this man with the tie?
that man with the tie? That's Alan. He also
Alan?
works for the man. I mean, Rimlight.
Oh. Is this just the? Is it anyone with a tie?
That
Including
guy.
These two who are the same.
That's Zoff.
I think I remember Zoff.
He is also an employee of Rimlight.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Now, I don't
so,
think it's anyone with a tie because there is this
That-
guy, and I don't think he works for Rimlight.
no, that's Sandro. He works for Rimlight.
I remember. What?
That guy works for Rimlight.
Oh my
All
god!
three of them
Here's
work
a
for
sub
Chris.
video into video. Guess who works for
Fourth.
Rimlight?
Okay.
Fourth row near the right. There's some more ties for you,
Oh my god! Thank
That
you.
man. Okay.
and a businesswoman too.
Business
Hmm.
woman. Okay, right. So if we're now, okay. So or if you're pulling out all the ties, we'll go through. I'll describe them all. I mean, is that all the ties? That might be all the ties at this point.
Functionally, I think that's all the
Functionally,
ties.
yeah. Okay. Right. So we've got Alan, we've got Zoff, we've got Sandro, and then we've got businessman and business
Oh.
woman. They don't
Oh,
have names.
I was right.
Yeah. All right.
Huh.
So, Alan forces Silver to rescue an energy source. That's the mission. He's like, "Hey, we're in the warehouse district. You need to help me save the thing." Then Zoff, he forces Shadow to attack some more thieves who have stolen the fuel source that I guess Rimlight makes. So they're both dedicated employees. They're both, and then Sandro is also someone who's like, "Oh, I have a disk of information about the light cores that have fallen into the wrong hands. Can you please recover them?" They are all
That guy.
asking these core characters to say, "Can you please get this
Can you
stuff
please
back?"
advance our agenda?
Yeah, they're like, oh, like it's weird that there are so many thieves trying to steal this stuff. It's weird that I guess the Soliana government isn't stepping in, but Gunn is. There's something going on there. Okay, businessman and woman. I don't think they work for Rimlight. Businessman is on a business meeting, and he gets lost a lot,
Oh.
and then he gets fired.
Oh no!
And then he goes, I'm going to write a book about all my bad luck. Okay.
Oh.
Businesswoman, I think
Snap decision here.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you can go there.
Yeah. Businesswoman, I think, is having an existential crisis. Because when you talk to her, all she says is, "Don't move. I can't find it. I can't. Where is it? Oh, it's gone. Don't move." And then
Oh,
she
like
goes,
her
"Wait,
contact.
when she says, 'Oh, I can't find it,' then she's like, 'Oh, wait, what's the issue? Oh, you can move now.'" That's all she says. She doesn't explain what she's lost. She doesn't explain why they can't move. She just has like a break with reality and then tells Sonic and his friends to go on their way.
Maybe she sees a ghost.
Right. Or maybe she did work at Rimlight and learned something. And then they messed with her brain. And now she can't remember anything.
Well,
Yeah.
she's a victim.
She's a victim! You gotta put the victim up high.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No. There.
See? Okay, you're putting... Okay. Concerned citizen... disengaged. Right, and then those guys, they're...
Which one of these tells you to go stop the energy thief again? Is it this one? Middle?
Right, Zoff. Why is
Okay.
Zoff a name? Z-O-F.
It could be. It's not very Italian, but he's like from another area, maybe.
Okay. Right.
This is
so,
where someone will be like, actually, Zoff is an Italian name. Idiot.
so you also
I-
track down and destroy a car. It's like that woman. But she does it because she's an entrepreneur. He does it because of conspiracy
She's just a retail
reasons.
employee
Right.
trying not to get in trouble. This is someone who's like, go stop the good guys. Thanks. I don't feel strongly about any of this stuff.
It's hard to. Maybe you should make a row called R, and it's for Rimlight, and put them in there.
It's R for Rimlight.
Because, yeah, I think they all kind of suck. Because it's part of that conspiracy. Why?
There. They
Yeah.
can go in the we have no thoughts and they shouldn't exist, bro. Do we need to reassess this one? The earlier Rimlight?
Oh yeah, he is he's like a scientist, right? He's a researcher, even so he's someone that's just concerned with the science side of things.
And he was like an active cold participant, like on unwitting people.
Right. So I feel like you got to put him. Yeah.
The worst.
Yeah. He's just like, I only care about the science. I don't care about the people.
All right.
There you go. That's.
That row alludes to something interesting, but in terms of as human beings, they don't deserve to hang with the rest, I think. Maybe this guy can go here now.
Oh. He's rich. He's rich.
He is rich, and he boasts about it. That's what I don't like. I need to pick someone that's bothering me again. They're just staring into space as if they've been lobotomized. Who is she?
That is girl.
Fucking great.
She does have a
There.
plot. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
She does have
hang on.
right. She has a back and forth with somebody else who she was next to, that kid in the red shirt, fourth row, third. Yeah, that one. They got a little plot going. That is boy, and she is girl. Boy and girl are dating. Boy says, "I want to
Okay.
save Elise, but my girlfriend won't let me." And the girlfriend says, "Why won't he spend time with me? Even if the world is ending, I want him to be with me. Am I needy? Am I like she?" And then he wants to explore some caves, and she says no. And then a robot shows up, and he goes, I've been separated from my girlfriend. If I don't find her, she will slap me."
So he's a victim also.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're like children, essentially. Like, I think
Yeah.
they're preteen.
He's not actually getting abused.
I don't know how it works. But he wants to save Elise, and she's like, "No, just pay attention to me. Who cares about the monarchy? Down with the man, down with the power. Power to the people," I think, is what's going on. And he's just like,
I'd like to consult the panel.
yeah, what's
I think boy should be high B for his courage.
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Well, you see, when you talk about taking high B from Mr. Apples, like I really gotta think about it. But yeah,
I'm not
he
saying
deserves it.
highest B. I'm just saying maybe above the guard that wants to quit his job.
Yes,
I think that makes sense.
I'm just trying to say, like, what's more important, the man who wants to bring apples to the apple fair, or the boy who wants to save the princess?
right?
Yes, the man who will deliver or the boy who has intentions. Yes.
Yes.
Now, girl, I felt kind of
Right.
off put by, but it does seem like she's just having if everything's going to hell, I'd at least like to be next to someone I care about. Which means, A, she's not good enough to be next to who she cares about on our list, so that's ironic. But I don't think she should be in like D either.
No, I think she's dealing with some issues of her own and doesn't know exactly how to go through them.
Considering she's probably like what, 11?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Maybe
that's
10. Like
part-
the boy looks like 9.
The boy, he does look younger than her, so maybe she
Yeah.
should date somebody
Maybe
in the
she should
same
go
grade
in
as
Y.
her. Like, if you really need a boyfriend, date someone in your class, not someone who's a year or two under, because Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how.
That's a good rule of thumb in general. Don't date someone from the other school building.
Right.
Okay.
It's been a while since
I
I've
have to
watched
ask.
Degrassi, so I don't know how this works anymore.
Hi,
So
Steven.
if we destroy her, does that destroy all the surrounding children? I just need to know where which side of the robot she's gonna go on.
I think the other children stay alive. So
Oh, okay.
in that
So
spirit,
she-
she's worse than the captain robot. But she's better than the lying filthy cards. So that's something. In the spirit of people that look like they've been lobotomized, I'd like to put forth this man.
Oh, that man. That's a good man. Okay. That's Rossi. Or Rossi? It's Rossi. Rossi. Sure. He's a historian, and he tells you the legend of the Three Musketeers.
Oh, that guy.
Really?
He's a lore giver. He's a lore master.
He is a lore master. Yeah. He's
Well,
like,
we
I
like
know
those
that-
around here.
Right. He's probably better at his job than the old professor because he can avoid running into monsters. He's capable
know,
of driving
man.
still. So
His eyes don't look perfectly functioning, but I'll go with you on that one.
maybe he's seen some
Oh.
things.
In that vein, then
Mm-hmm.
he is above the professor, who I had to take 5 seconds to try to recognize out of this lineup already.
They all kind of blend into each other, unfortunately.
All right, David, you have the cheat sheet. I'm just going to throw a few out here, just because
Okay.
there's so many.
Yeah. Okay.
Man,
Man.
man,
Man.
upset man in forest,
Upset man. And okay.
and confident man in forest.
Confident man.
Just to
Okay.
get 5 on the docket here.
Okay, you put 5 there. I feel like we should skip First Man because he's intrinsically tied to another person who's not one of those other
okay.
men. So,
Wow.
put him down there for
Okay.
now. Yeah, okay, we got 4 men.
Yeah.
Okay, that first one there. Oh, now we've got 5 men. 5
Yeah,
strong,
there's always 5 guys.
5 proud men. They run a hamburger shop. Okay, that first one, his name's Young Man. I've
Young
got-
Man!
I unfortunately have no idea what he does. He just exists and is like, "Hey Sonic, you better do things." So
There's
that's
no grounds to judge him on.
right. Okay. The second one, that's
He's
Renzo.
pure neutral.
Right. Renzo is a ghost.
Huh?
Go on. That sounds
He is
pretty
a-
good so
he-
far.
He is a pilot, and he wanted to compete in a flight competition, but he died in a car crash.
He didn't even get to die in a plane?
No, he died in a car crash. He's like, whoops. So then he forces.
Uh-oh. Guess I've died.
You know,
So-
statistically, Chris, more pilots have died in cars than in planes.
That's true. That does
So
make a lot
he-
of sense, actually.
So he's shocked that Silver can see him, because I guess Silver can see dead people for some reason, and
That's a
asks
weird
him to
thing.
go through a bunch of rings. And if he does it fast enough, that means, oh, Silver, you beat the record. So that means I beat the record, and then I can finally be at peace.
Oh. I remember this, but I don't remember this. I hope one day the comics get back around to Silver can see dead people and then fulfill their ambitions.
Right, but is it only 06 Silver who can see it? Does he lose that power when he doesn't grow up in an inferno, in a hellscape?
true.
I don't know.
Maybe-
We got to dive deeper, I think. But yeah, he's dead. Renzo is dead.
At first blush, maybe I'm like, oh, that's quite selfish of you to use this naive child to jump through hoops for you. But on the other hand, it's the only chance he's ever got for that to happen. So
Yeah, I would put him.
I want to take pity on him.
Yeah, put him somewhat
He's definitely
high.
at least for being a ghost. He gets at least a B.
Right, at least a B.
Right there.
Yeah, he's having a good ghost time.
Not to mention the tragic element of 06 undoes itself, so he just goes back to being stuck in the void.
God.
Well, no, I mean, like How does like that work of being like, oh, like the afterlife and purgatory? Is that affected by time travel? It's like we don't really know.
I've got a more pressing question. At what point does he turn into a ghost that looks like King Boom Boo? Like, we have so many different types of ghosts. This is just a man.
Does he look like the Unleashed ghosts?
He doesn't look like the Unleashed ghost or any of the others.
No, he doesn't look like the Sandopolis ghost. He is just a man.
These Italian ghosts, man, they just stay the same.
Right, maybe that's what it
Yeah. Okay, now I just want to tweet like an out of context thing of just the Sandopolis ghosts, King Boom Boo, the Unleashed ghosts, and then him. Just don't say anything.
The 4 ghostmen of the apocalypse.
It's also possible he's crazy and was fucking with Silver.
Oh, man, that would make me put him higher, though. That's great.
Right. What happens to him when you beat the mission? Does he just vanish? I don't know.
Oh, there's no way they coded in a transparency effect for that man to fade out. He probably just stands there and goes, "Oh, thanks for helping me."
That would. Oh God. We need to.
So Minecraft Steve is
Minecraft,
down here,
right? He's called Dante.
Okay, promising.
He operates a business in the Soliana Forest where he rents out buggies, and Shadow rents one at some point. So he forces you.
So there are vehicles out there.
Right, he forces you to do a vehicle mission, which is fantastic in 06. So, do you? I mean, I guess I would judge it like how much do you enjoy driving a car in this?
I'm
game?
gonna put him pretty low because he's encouraging, the sprawl. He wants you to buy a car. He doesn't want you to live in the city. He wants you to be bad for the environment.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's like
He's renting out cars in a goddamn forest.
That is true. He is.
middle finger toward public transit, man. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck this
Come on,
guy.
Dante. Would we say below the lying horrible guardsman, but before the destructive
The killer robot.
Because he's in
Yeah.
line with them for being anti-environmental, perhaps.
Yeah. I
But
bet
he-
he loves them.
He isn't one of them.
No.
Yeah, he's not one of them. He rises above them, but only by use of free will. Well, maybe that makes it worse, though.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have a choice. He does.
Right.
Okay,
He
yeah.
is worse than the Eggman. I like it.
Take that, Minecraft Steve. Now we have our inquisitive, I'm very intellectual posed men.
Yes, they're good. The one in orange, his name is Mancini. So he
What?
is afraid of ghosts.
Like Mancini?
Mancini. Oh, it might be Mancini. You know what? I don't know how to speak Solianian.
Mancini and Mancini would both. I mean, both pronunciations work.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mancini. Mancini.
Yeah, both
Okay.
both pronunciations work.
Okay, we'll say Mancini. So Mancini is a man who is afraid of ghosts and asks Shadow to check out what he thinks is a ghost, because if he doesn't, he won't be able to sleep.
He leads you to our earlier subject then.
Yes, if he knew that Renzo was hanging out, he'd probably explode. But it's not ghosts that he sees; they're just badniks. But
Oh,
he's a scared man. He's scared of ghosts.
so he needs glasses and he's anxious. Man, what a
Right.
combo.
He's got some issues, and no one will help him.
He's just like me, for real, for real.
Yeah, I relate a lot to Mancini right now.
I think that would be a good high C.
Yeah, he's inoffensive.
He's relatable.
I'll put him above businesswoman, who I don't remember why we put so high for just losing her contacts or whatever. He can hang there. He looks very proud.
They're both
yeah.
they're both anxious. They're both
right,
the anxious
but
ones.
she doesn't remember why she's anxious. She's just lost it.
Both disturbed.
All right.
There.
Okay. Yeah.
She's anxious without cause, which might be worse. Also, right. Oh, that's right. She was a victim of the brain zap. Right.
Right. Of rim light. She's a
I guess Rimlight made me forget too.
Grim light.
All right, Blue Man.
Blue man. Yeah. His name is Aristo? Aristo. Aristo. Aristo.
Aristo.
Aristo. He's the guy that makes you do the crate mission, where he's like, how many crates are there? How many crates? Yeah, bad.
Go
There
count
you
them
go.
yourself.
Moving on.
He's so... Right, because he's also like, I'm a mathematician, nobody can best me. Oh, you figured out how many crates there are?
Oh, yeah, fuck that guy. No. Okay, well, he's not an evil corporation, but he'd probably apply there if he could. Okay.
God, yeah. Strong feelings about Aristo. Yeah.
There's still genres down here, but I'd like to throw a curveball.
Okay.
The Pope and his disciples.
Yo.
That's right.
Okay, they're all CGI, so they get points for that.
That's true, they are prettier.
Yes.
Two of them don't speak and have no names or characteristics or personalities other than old and in hood.
That's right.
Well, they're rather inoffensive.
I'm pretty sure one of the hood people speak in the final cutscene.
In
And they're
the
like, Elise, what are you feeling? She's like, something familiar somehow.
Right.
No, that was a lady who said
That was
that.
right. One of her ladies in waiting are talking to her. The men hanging out with the Pope don't say a word. They both look the same,
right.
except one is taller. I forget
The
which
tall
one.
one goes above the small one, and then they both go together.
Right. I think the one on the left is the taller one.
That makes sense.
Well, now yeah. Well, now the one on the right is taller. So yes.
Let's.
And then the Pope doesn't say anything. He's just like, yeah. He just stands there. He's not even the one who gives Elise the fire stick. Whatever it's called.
So she can stream movies conveniently from her living room. I see. I think above
That
horrible
torch.
girl and guy I forget already, but below convenient robot makes sense.
Okay. Right. Well, that
And then
guy,
there's the
that's
Pope.
young man. He doesn't have a personality, so.
Oh, right. We put him there because he was still better than her. Right. Okay. Pope.
Pope.
He is the Pope.
Mm-hmm.
Now, during the time frame of when 06's development, was it the Pope people like less is maybe the question.
Right, which Pope is he? So in 06, is that still Pope John Paul II?
I feel like it's at least before the one people seem to like right now, or at least young people like.
Right, because when Pope John Paul II died, then another guy.
Yeah, no,
became
the Pope during it was Pope Benedict the 16th was the
Oh, it
Pope
was.
at that time.
So Pope Benedict, that's the one. That's the one who left before he died, right?
Well, he's the one who just died like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, because he was the one.
If I was the 16th, I'd have gotten tired and left too.
Right, right, because he did a thing a Pope hadn't done for over 500 years, which is, I'm just gonna stop being Pope, guys. Goodbye.
So he's a cool one.
For daring to defy
I don't know, but didn't also people not
all
like
known
him?
laws of aviation.
I don't know. I don't know anything about the popes.
As far as I was aware, he was a pope that people liked. So yeah, and again, like the fact that he resigned, he's like screw it, I'm gonna resign.
Let's
Okay.
say
So,
dead
yeah.
center to be safe toward anyone of any persuasion watching this video. That way we're
Right,
good
because
with
if you
everyone.
hated that
we'll
pope,
sit on the fence.
if you were glad that he stopped being pope, you might not want him high. But if you really wish he stayed pope forever, then I don't know things. I'm not Catholic.
Whoa!
Are
have
they
another
even
member of the
Catholic?
church
They're
here.
worshiping a sun god in this game. He's not
Don't
the
worry
real
about
pope. Okay.
Don't worry about it.
The
Don't ask
bit-
questions you don't want the answer to. This is the guy who tells you go ring the bells, right?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
bishop. So he in the religion hierarchy of Soliana, he ranks under the pope.
Yeah, so he has to be somewhere under the pope.
He's somewhere under the pope in religion, but is he better than the pope in life?
Well, now that's a question for us to ponder.
He tells you to ring the bells instead of doing it himself, even though it's probably his job. So
Well,
Probably is, but I'm not sure that man could. survive even one of those springs.
Right. 'Cause-
Maybe he should delegate his tasks better, but he at least addresses Sonic in the story. How about that? No.
Yeah. Okay. Better than Pope.
He's not entirely clear on what you should do, but he at least points you in a direction, which is better than what 06 tends to do most of the time.
That's true.
I think that makes sense.
All right. Well, then maybe you should do the three priests if we're going through the religious
Oh, yes,
hierarchy. You know.
Because he teleports you to the
Fuck
three
them.
priests.
Fuck them.
I wish I
Right.
could put these three men under little party cups and just shuffle them around and be like, all right, pick the knowledge of love, man, and then bet money on it because I'd be rich by the end of the night. Okay, I got them in order of darkening hair color.
Okay. Right. So the first one now that's John Denver. I think. Like
What?
he looks like John Denver to me.
Okay, I was going to say that's not his name.
No, I would no.
He
looks
had a
like
last
John Denver.
name.
He's singing
Only
about West
Roberto
Virginia.
Robert has a last name.
Right. I think they're all called priest. They don't seem to have individual names, and they're a little confusing, right? Because when you're Sonic, those are the three you see, and then when you're Silver, you only see the first one. But it's like, okay, I don't know what that means, but that's what we're doing. Do you want to know which one forces you to choose if you want to smooch Elise?
This one.
Sorry,
In the middle.
I lifted the cup. It's wrong.
Huh? This was my game?
Now David gets the money.
All right, it's this one.
Sorry, no. It's John Denver.
Pretty boy?
Pretty boy. Yeah, he's the one who's like, hey, Sonic, you gotta pick one of these ladies to smooch.
Oh my god.
And it's like,
Does that make him the best or the worst?
See that? I'm
Because
not
I can't tell.
It depends.
Yeah, I can't tell.
I'd say he's the best of the three.
All three of them should be pretty low because they waste your goddamn time.
That's right.
I think that's fair.
They waste Sonic's time. They waste Silver's time. They don't waste Shadow's time because they're not in Shadow. just goes to the castle. He's like, I don't need to pass 3 tests.
care.
He
right
uses
there.
you know he finds a secret portal like somewhere in a cave, and that teleports him to Kingdom Valley's
Right.
location. He's
They're
just,
the
"Fuck that."
reason. They're the reason Sonic gets held up and Elise presumably explodes. Like, they murdered their princess.
Okay, well, in that light, they're definitely worse than the Town Guards, who all waste your time.
Right.
They're worse than the Eggman robots, who have no will.
Oh, okay.
They may be worse than Minecraft Steve.
Yeah, I would put.
Honestly, just how we got it.
Yeah, I would put Minecraft Steve between 2 and
Like
3.
the love guy.
Oh yeah, we'll do that.
Oh yes, the four Beatles.
The 4 Beatles, right? John, Paul, George, and Eggman. Steve?
We have so
There's so many.
So many left. I think.
Well,
I
some
think-
of these are going to be rapid fire, I think. So.
I think category might be the way to go for a bit, like children.
Okay, let's go through children.
Get all the children. Get Lord Regis's daughter.
I like this kid.
Right. I don't-
He just has a stance about him.
The one sitting on the chair.
Sitting on chair. Yeah, is this a kid? I can't even tell. I'm gonna say that's a kid. This might be a kid. No. This is
Those are the
that's a
3
sin.
blue ladies. Okay, a couple of those people aren't kids, but let's just do it. Let's just go through it. Let's just go through it. Okay.
Who is cheering boy?
Cheering boy. That's Pinto. He is the owner of
The
Melee.
owner of the dog.
Yeah.
Well, he does lose the dog.
He does lose the dog, but then we find that then Sonic finds the dog. So he has a good judge of dog character.
So maybe he stays in the judging category and it
For
changes meaning after a while.
Okay, so second. Yeah. Okay.
You
Second
can't
kid.
separate the boy from his dog again.
No. That second
The one who
kid.
challenges Sonic. That's the one who challenges Sonic to hide and seek, right?
Yeah. His name's Poochie or Pootsie. It's
Yo,
P-O-C-C-I.
Poochie.
Hey,
Where's
Poochie.
Poochie?
Right, he's the leader of the Soliana Boys. They're like the Dover Boys, but not as cool.
I'll say.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So he does make
Hmm.
he does make Sonic
Um,
look for him and his friends. Most of his friends look like him.
It seems pretty harmless.
Yeah.
It's just a kid who wants to play with Sonic. When we were all 6, did we not want to play with Sonic? I think that's understandable.
right. And then he plays with Sonic, and then he also plays with Silver because Silver's like, "Hey, where's Sonic?" And he's like, "I'm not gonna tell you."
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he's 6. I don't think I can judge him too harshly for that.
That is true. He is of the children and a child. But
I think he gets a B. I think he gets a B.
oh,
B, huh?
a B.
Or
Um,
because he's a
He's not
child.
behind the
and
ghost.
it's like-
Right,
and the fact that he stands up, he's like, "Come on, Sonic!" Like, he thinks he can outrun Sonic, and it's like, you know what? That kid's got cojones.
yeah, that kid. Yeah.
He's going places. He will
Okay,
become
I
the
like
next
that.
Sonic Man.
All right. The
What's the Sonic man?
Sonic in man form.
Who's this?
That's Sophia. She is a lady in waiting and not a child.
Oh, she looks like a child in this. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
a little bit.
She's the weird face. She's the weird faced girl.
Right. She's
This
got a
is
weird.
Elisa's housemate or whatever.
Right. They live in the same dorm room.
Yeah, yeah. They met
And
each
they
other
were
in
room-
college.
They were roommates.
Right.
They were roommates.
They don't do a lot. She doesn't do a lot. I would put her. I mean, since she kind of exists, the other one's more interesting. She's probably like a C tier to me. I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
I'd
go on.
put her above the old men. The old men in robes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I can live at that.
Um.
How about boy with good stance? It looks like he's about to beat the shit out of someone.
Oh, the one walking.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. That's someone who's in the background shot of something I was watching, and I couldn't find any footage where they talk. So that's all we're getting is that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Who's this
fair.
one?
That one is the other Soliana boy model. So, yeah.
Who's this one?
That's a kid who kind of looks like Harry Potter to me. He just points. He's called Boy.
It's like, over there.
Yeah, he's just
Jesus
like,
Christ.
hey, I saw something over
I'm glad
there.
we're getting.
So,
I'm glad we're getting these ones out of the way.
yeah, they got nothing
Um,
going on. Boy.
There.
Yeah.
He got to hang out with Sonic, so we'll put him above the robe men.
Right.
How about
I think those
probably a man, but
yeah,
could be
those
a
two
boy.
are adults. They just sit in the the cafe. It's not a cafe. It's where you fight Sonic and Silver fight each other.
Yeah, it's a little outside area.
Yeah, they're
This
just
one's a twofer.
right. Well, the second one, she exists elsewhere. Because the second person is the girl who gets stranded on the rooftop. She has her own picture. Who I don't.
Oh, it's Sabrina. Lord Regis's daughter.
No, Lord
granddaughter.
Regis's daughter is Sabrina, but that's not who gets stuck on the roof. Francesca gets stuck on the roof.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my quick
Yeah,
Google lied
Chris.
to me.
Right, no, because Francesca, I don't think is the daughter of Lord Regis. He just tells you to save her. Her mother is someone you
Oh.
see as well. So those are just two people. What do they do? I don't know.
Special offer. Throw out a letter and I'll put them both there.
Okay, put the second one in A, and the first one is a strong C minus, I think.
There we
Yeah.
go.
There we go.
We
yeah,
did
yeah.
it. Bewildered man who looks like that one picture of Skylar.
Right, bewildered man matches. Okay. Third row, seventh person. Yeah, they're a pair. They're a pair.
Okay.
They have names. The guy, his name is Moldy. Moldi. Moldy. And the lady... the lady's name is Emma.
Say no more.
Yes.
Ella?
Emma.
Emma.
Right. So they're a pair because Emma is paranoid and thinks that people are watching her all the time. Moldy is a guy who's like, oh, I wish I could be there for her. I'm in love with this woman.
But I can't because I'm too busy standing here doing nothing.
Right, just staring at her.
You have to put her with the rest of the anxious You have to put the rest of the anxious people.
Right. What ends up happening is he's inspired by Sonic to talk to her, and she immediately friend zones him.
It's like the bad ending to the burger shop.
She said we can be
romance.
friends, and he's really excited. But then later she's like, wow, I've never known anyone who understands me so much. But since the events of Sonic 06 reset, I guess their love is not meant to be.
How sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
If there's no objections, I'm going to go on another broad category spree here. Girl, girl, same girl, same girl.
More triplets.
Same girl, but later.
Yeah.
Those both look like Kawakami.
Okay,
Oh my God, they do. Speaking of, this looks like Angela Anaconda. If she's not a newspaper clipping.
No.
Me. Oh God. We're doing right. She's okay.
So many.
Right. I think that's all of those ladies.
Is one of those Francesca? Is that Francesca?
One of those. The one in green is Francesca. She's the girl who's like, I got stuck on a roof.
She got stuck on the roof.
I just wanted to see what Eggman was doing. You know, I'm stuck on a roof. And then Luigi just goes, yeah, okay, I guess you can go to the desert. You know, she doesn't do much. I would put her.
Like right there.
Really? I would put her a little higher.
I thought you were gonna be like that high. Really?
I would put her above person who's just. Yeah, I'll put her there. You know, she's better than the.
She at least tried, even though she failed.
She did try.
She's a kid in trouble.
Right. I
She
mean,
should have thought about it a little more, but you know, intentions.
I would have put her at the end of B, like. But
really?
If you think it's better in C, you know. Yeah. Okay. You know. It's
okay. Fine. You know, looking at our motley crew here at the start of C, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. There we go.
Now, rapid fire me these three girls who are apparently separate.
Okay, right. There's three ladies. The first one, her name is Roberta. Roberta. Right. She is a safety officer in the warehouse district and makes Silver fight some robots. The second one is Monica, who, of course, was in Friends. And she's a member of a circus troupe, but she can't. She's like, oh, is she injured? I forget now. Either way, she's part of a circus troupe. She gives hope to people, makes Sonic jump through some rings.
God.
They don't tell her they don't say what her physical injury is because she's just standing there, so it doesn't matter. And then the third one is Claudia, who owns a shop in Soliana New City, and she has a partner, but she won't tell you who the partner is. Those are the three blue ladies.
Why?
Why?
This one is a circus performer who I think if her slant was, I just like to watch someone else do what I do for a change. Maybe I'd be like, okay, I pity you a little. But it sounds like she's like, ugh, I'm in so much pain. Anyway, jump through those circles. Thanks.
Right, because you're not even doing it like in front of a circus audience. You're just doing it. So. Put her. I mean, yeah. She's better than robots, and then. Right.
But she puts you through more stress than most of the town guards.
Right.
Wait, so maybe no, lower, right.
And then Roberta, she's.
I already forgot her.
She is a safety officer in the warehouse district.
But
I guess she can't fight the robots, so yeah, just put her in better than the priests. Well, the other priest,
kid who points.
Worse than
Right. She's a security officer, and she hasn't even pointed at all the things that are going wrong.
Exactly.
Little boy points more than her.
That's true. It looks like he's accusing her this way, though. I like this
Yeah.
arrangement.
Um.
How about the teacher from Persona 5 here?
Okay. Well, that first one.
Can she give me massages so I can leave my house at night?
Yes.
That first one is technically a different model. That is Sabrina. That's Lord Regis' daughter.
Oh.
She looks at I guess she's a little privileged. She's a little like, oh, I'm better than you. She looks at Shadow and says, "You don't look very cool, do you?"
Oh.
So
I kind of like that, though.
oh yeah, that is true. Shadow is forced to be her bodyguard for a mission, and she doesn't think Shadow is cool. So I would put her somewhat high just because she
She's the
isn't.
balls
she's
to shit
fearless.
talk Shadow.
Yeah, like who else does that in Sonic's universe? No one. So
The girl from that episode of Sonic X Season 3. That's about it, I think.
yeah,
We're stacking C quite a bit here. But
Right.
other than that, she did sound kind of mean. So maybe before Man Who Sits Down.
okay.
We can revisit that later.
Okay.
Tell me about our
We won't.
peanut gallery here.
Right. Okay. So we've got Francis, Lisa with a Z, Lisa, and Gina. Francis is the head of Gun's decryption unit, so she works for Gun. And she also thinks Shadow is dumb. She's like,
Okay, well, hang on. There.
okay,
That's good enough for me.
all right. So Lisa, the next one there.
Yeah.
She is just kind of sad. She's like, my life is a mess because Dr. Eggman is in town. He keeps ruining my social scene or whatever. So she's just like, I want things to go back to normal.
He's harshing my vibe so hard, dude.
Exactly. That's what's going on. Eggman's harshing her.
Typical millennial.
Typical millennial. You know what? For plight, it's touched me. I'm gonna say before Confident Man and Forest.
Okay. And then also I got confused. That's not Gina. We already talked about Gina. That is someone who's just named Woman.
Oh, okay. Woman can hang there.
Right, Woman. Well, she's the daughter of a middle-aged man, who I think is maybe
Oh.
someone we should talk about. She gets annoyed at her father's dad jokes. Her father being row 3, column 4, middle-aged man.
Oh, this guy.
Oh yeah, who you may know better
Hey.
as Luppy Man.
Let's go!
I
Whoa!
didn't think it was him. I thought this was Luppy Man, and I was keeping
Oh
him in the back
no,
pocket.
that's Ken Williams.
What?
That's
Okay.
Ken Williams.
All right, so Luppy Man. I mean,
Luppy, that's
gets us.
Luppy Man. Like,
he combines Lucky and Happy to get Luppy, and then combines Luppy and Luppy to get Luppy.
right?
I'm not sure what more you want.
You got to put him in S. Yeah, he's.
I mean, that
Alright,
is there a better,
That's
more
fair.
known NPC in Sonic 06 than Luppy Man?
Alright,
And then Daughter
daughter.
doesn't appreciate him.
No.
Like, where else should Angela Anaconda go?
That's true.
She's at least better than
There you go.
killing robots.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I get to. I'm just gonna go with the esteemed men who are not Luppy category.
They're all good. It's good.
The red shirt guy looks like Tom Selleck without a
Oh
mustache.
yeah, we've got.
Oh my god.
All right, so we got some men. The first one there is Ken Williams. He is a hotel manager, and he's running a festival of rings. He likes rings.
Oh, right, this guy.
Yep, that's a guy. I guess he's fine. I don't really remember much about him, so.
Barring no points to the contrary. I will say, out of all the NPCs in 06, I at least remember him when you mention him, and I'm like, oh yeah, that guy.
Oh, well, you should put him at least in A then. If you remember.
Oh, at
him.
least an A?
Yeah.
He's memorable. Yeah,
Right.
you know
Well,
what? That's
I was
going
going to say
Or
at least
B,
in B,
or-
but then I decided, you know what? Put him at the end of A because you remember him.
And also, because you thought he was Luppy Luppy Man, so having that connection.
that's
Right.
true.
There's
true.
probably. I think
Probably
Soliana
brothers.
is just full of it's full of twins, triplets, quadruplets.
Yeah, and he's like, you know, he makes the money in the family. Luppy Luppy Man. For some reason, just hasn't gotten his lot in life yet. Can't imagine why. So he subsidizes his brother.
Exactly. This is good.
What about Pacha from Emperor's New Groove?
Oh yeah, well that's John Goodman, and I mean no, that's El.
Oh shit!
That is
Say no more.
that's Alfano. Alfano.
Okay.
Alfano. He says that he has a higher IQ than Einstein. That's his claim to fame.
Okay.
And then right, so he does a mission where he makes Shadow like do some sort of brain tease puzzle. Be like, I'm going to make you use your brain.
Oh, it's that guy.
Oh, fuck this guy.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, I'm real torn.
Right, if he was actually John Goodman, you'd have to put him up there. But...
Yeah, I mean, that'd be questionless. I'm going to say it's really fucking funny that he thinks he's smarter than Albert Einstein specifically, even if his minigame sucks. So maybe...
B, yeah, balances it out. He would have been an A if his minigame didn't suck.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe like go B. How about his brother here?
That's Solomon. He's an official from the Soliana Transportation Ministry, and he forces Shadow to take a motorcycle driver's license test. I don't know why, because I don't know. Does that mean Shadow doesn't have
Presumably
a
that's
license?
already... Yeah, presumably that's already sorted by working with Gunn, right?
Right, you think like,
It seems
oh,
like day one stuff.
I've got my license. Oh well, that doesn't. That's not legal here. That license doesn't work here in Soliana. You gotta take your own test. But I've
Your
been
West
driving
Stopless license is no good here.
I also have a license to kill.
That's
I-
great.
Right. Well, you'll have to do the killing test, which is a building over.
I'm going to say he's looking out for the safety of Sully.
Yeah.
And if Shadow, if we presume that Shadow didn't have it, I think that's like a mid B. He's just like, hey, hang on, hold up, for the good of the people.
Yeah.
Who?
Right. So who's
No, this guy first. Who?
that? Is another middle-aged man who I don't know what he does. I think he just points. He's like that kid. Maybe he's the father of the kid who points.
Yeah,
He's pointing at
That's-
he's pointing at the fascist guards.
Right.
yeah, he's like
Alright.
calling him out.
And then that is also middle-aged man, but he loves to tell you about all the things he likes to eat. So he is a culinary connoisseur in Soliana.
Is he rib roast?
Yes.
Is he?
Is he rib roast?
I don't know what that means.
There's a man who you meet in the forest. He kind of looks like this guy, right? And the first thing he says is rib roast
I mean, it might be.
because he doesn't know what the Iblis trigger is, and he's like, "Is that some kind of food?"
Oh yeah, that probably is him. Like, because that's
It
both.
must be, right?
Yeah. So that's rib roast man. That's the middle-aged.
That's rib
man.
roast.
Yeah.
That's his name now. His name is just rib roast.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
It
That's
I
has
would
to be
say
high
rib roast.
B. Yeah.
IB.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. That makes sense.
We're really getting down here.
Yeah,
Any,
we're getting to the nitty-gritty.
Anyone jumping out?
I
Is there
want
anyone-
to have accordion man in S.
Accordion Man is
Accordion
good.
man deserves to be
Yeah.
S because he changes the music. Like he's so powerful, he literally changes the music when you walk by him.
He wrote one of the game's theme songs.
That's true. He did. I think that's
important. Elise's theme.
Wow. Yeah, you gotta go with that.
And like we all know, the music's the only good thing about Sonic 06, so he deserves to be S.
Then love you, man.
Yeah.
Any placement thoughts? It is the high tier. Is that fine where he is?
Yeah, I think
no
under
pigeon.
Hatson, because Hatson's hard to beat.
Yeah,
he's no pigeon.
That makes sense to me.
Is he more iconic than the shopkeeper though?
I would say the fact that he can, the fact that he wrote music in universe, and he's so powerful he changes the music when you walk by him, I think deserves.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna throw one out here. I'm not sure this is someone you talk to. Gondola Man.
That's a man who he does. I think he has a name. Well, his name is Porta.
Oh, because
So
like a port.
Yeah, he is the gondolier man. So he helps forge romance, right? Because you go on the gondola, and he's the
Do
gondolier.
you talk to him?
I think you do at some point.
I thought they were just on the boats that you weren't supposed to go on. I guess
Right.
one's standing around somewhere then, yeah.
The Porta is, I guess, the one who stands. He must have then relatives who get to ride. He says, "Hey, bro, sorry, but there won't be any boats leaving from here today."
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
Well,
The classic Italian saying, "Hey,
yeah,
bro."
you know, it's where it came
Hey,
from.
bro.
Really. Better than the bishop, not as good as scientist who needs help, or old man who needs help, professor.
Yeah.
What about the other old man that's left there on the second row? Who's
I was
that
just about
old
to
man?
say,
Yeah.
there's a veritable squadron of old men you can just knock out of the way.
We're gonna go through some old men. That's one of my favorite
Chris-
pastimes, going through.
I'm going to throw
Why-
Bruce Campbell on too.
I don't think
Yeah.
you've noticed, Chris, but that professor, you keep using him as as your bar.
He is my metric. I guess in my mind, he's kind of like dead center, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
If
so
you took him out of here, I wouldn't have any idea how to rank any of this, I think.
Right. All right. So that first. Okay. That first one there. His name's Antonio. He is also a ghost. He is one of the three musketeers.
Oh, right! I forgot that you go talk to the Three Musketeers.
It's one of the three musketeers wore a V-neck.
He keeps up with the times. He had a ghost V-neck knitted for
He
him.
does.
He goes around like, "Hey, bro." Bro.
He identifies himself as the spirit of Antonio.
Great.
You gotta.
Awesome. Is that it?
Yeah. You know,
Is
you
this
do a
where we're
mission,
at
but it
now?
doesn't matter. Put him with the other ghosts. That's what I would do.
Oh.
Right.
The other ghosts, those
in
ones.
Holy fuck. Oh my god.
And be the ghost. The ghost is next to John Goodman.
Oh, yeah, right. So that means this is another ghost with the
I
same
wish.
story.
Okay, that is okay. Which old? That is an old man who is referred to in the game as an old man. However, when you talk to him,
Jesus.
he refers to themselves as an old woman. So.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so
a progressive icon?
Yes, she is a progressive icon, but the game refuses to
Is
acknowledge.
not.
Yeah.
SF06 couldn't do anything else wrong.
Right, because the item box shows up, or the dialogue box, not the item box. It says "old man," but then it says, "Oh, you know, time. Even though things are easier, it's hard for an old woman to get used to." So it's like, okay, so you're an old woman. Let the game
Battery's
call
just
you that.
randomly talking about the old woman in general struggling
Yeah,
with
I
Soliana.
was about to say maybe,
But he's
maybe
just-
he's
he's-
taught. Yeah, maybe he's talking about his wife, but then also the fact that calling themselves old woman is more progressive and funnier.
Yeah, I prefer that interpretation. I'm
Yes.
gonna say
So
that puts her above. Woman sits at table.
I was gonna
Right.
say the same fucking thing.
I like it.
Okay, that's good.
Right. Okay. Okay. The bald one. He's also old man.
Jesus, David.
He's bald.
The bald one.
Right. His backstory is that he used to be friends with Lord Regis, and he's like, we used to be really close, but we haven't talked in years. And then at some point he says, "We're finally talking again." It's like, okay, if you insist. So,
Okay. So
Character
he has no
development.
personality other than I knew someone once
yeah, that's it. So, yeah. And
next to the freaky little kid.
It's aboard the
That's
living
right.
embodiment of Lane Claim the Flame.
Right.
No, that's mean. He's above the robots at least.
okay, yeah. And then
Bruce
And then-
Campbell here, or man from Omni-Man? Is that what he looks like?
oh, a little. Yes, he is a waiter. Apparently, his name is Collard. He also has an unused mission in which he makes Silver find ingredients for something he's making, even though he's a waiter, not a cook. So whatever. In the game, I think he just stands around.
Great.
Yep.
Well, I like the potential of his mission, but it seems we're stuck with a carcass, if you will.
Right.
Yeah, unused
You know-
potential's got to be a C. Yeah.
He's unique compared to like half of these people. So
Right.
I
His
hear
model
you.
is very different from a lot of people.
Yeah.
So better than priests. Or the
better
other
than
priests.
priest.
Better than priests.
All right, so I'm eyeing up some more
got-
no-namers
yeah.
here. Just
You gotta
Her-
choose her. him.
Ascot man,
Okay.
plaid boy, hurt neck man who we somehow skipped over,
Yeah, that's
and cool guy.
cool guy. Right. Okay, I'll say right now, cool guy. I don't know if we ever talked to cool guy, but he's cool. So he's at least a B for being cool.
He's above the ghosts.
Does he say anything?
I don't know. Like, there's so much in this game. I was like skimming through. I found a video. I forget now who did it. Of somebody who's like, "Oh, I'm going to talk about the NPCs in this game," and that's where I stumbled across a couple that I didn't know about. And I'm like, "Oh yeah," but he's in the background of a shot. They never show
Oh.
you talking to him, so I'm like, if they do talk to him, I don't know where. Lady,
Okay.
Galina, Galienna. Galinia. She is somebody that the Sonic News Network defines as over-emotional, nervous, and paranoid, and that's
Oh,
apparently all.
Gotta
she
put
is.
with the anxious. Put up with the anxious ones.
Yep.
That's a lot,
There.
right? Huh?
They're lining up.
She looks exactly the same as Emma, doesn't she? Who's also paranoid.
Yeah, weird.
I don't understand that. Okay,
All right, Ascot boy.
Ascot boy.
Actually,
Yo,
can we save him for last?
okay.
Is this a kid?
That is a kid.
Oh man, I missed one.
That's a kid who has a cat that likes to mess with him.
Oh right. That one.
He's like, I've got 10 bronze medals. My cat hid them. I better find them before my mom gets mad.
What?
That's it. That's what he is.
Does he get points for having a smart cat, or does he lose points?
That's quite an out of the way thing for a cat to do. I think he deserves it, which means he's probably not that great.
Is his name Michael? It's Mikhail. So it looks like Mick
Mikhail.
but it
Mikhail.
might be Mikhail. Mikhail.
Go to hell, Mikhail. Dumb kid. It's where you belong.
Yeah.
Unless someone has an objection
No,
to him
it's
being
fine.
worse than the robots.
Where's the
Who is
robot?
this?
Okay, that is the mother of Francesca. So she's just like, my girl's on the roof. Can you do something about that? I'm sad. I'm scared. She's barely
It's so
anything.
funny because the Sonic News Network insists that Sabrina.
Sabrina is the
whatever.
daughter of Lord Regis. Francesca is the girl who gets caught on the roof. That is the mother of the girl who is on the roof.
Oh, this is all fake. I'm gonna say better than.
Right? That's what it... I'm looking at the Sonic News Network. Francesca is just the girl in green. Sabrina.
I don't believe it for now.
Okay.
Who's
I mean, if
the
they're wrong,
Mandela
they're
effect.
wrong. I don't.
Mandela effect.
Oh, okay. That's a guy. He's called a young man. His defining trait is that he cares about his mother. He came to Soliana to make sure she was okay in the wake of Eggman invading. So
That's a high.
He's a good.
Okay.
That's not just a young man. That's a good man.
You know what?
young man. Whoa,
Yeah.
you're putting up an A.
That's almost as good as one sitting at table.
right.
Good on you, guy. Good job, young man. All right, tell me more about Fred here.
Right, Fred. His name is Prodi. Prodi. He is a race car driver. He's upset that he can't beat his rival Schultz. He forces
Did he
Shadow.
die in a plane crash?
Unfortunately. I wish. That'd be fun. He forces Shadow to race Schultz on his behalf. Shadow wins, so he says, I won. Which is
Oh. It's fucking to the point. Huh.
I mean, that's a lot of these missions are just, I need to do a thing. Thank you for doing the thing for me. I will take credit.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Here's
I
some
like
rings.
his sunglasses.
Do-do-do-do-do.
He's like almost as good as that kid, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that
Almost,
works.
not as good.
Not as
Not as
good.
good, but I mean-
he's aged out of the Soliana boys. He's a Soliana man.
Alright.
All right, we
We-
gotta.
We need to have this talk now.
All right.
Biblis
Okay.
worms.
We're doing the Iblis.
Alright, any strong feelings? Come on, guys.
I don't like how the worms pop out of the ground. It's really annoying.
It is pretty annoying. It's really annoying, but they're not as bad as the profiteering evil scientists, perhaps.
No.
Perhaps.
I say they're better. They're better than the Eggman robots. I think.
Yeah, they are. No,
Are they?
maybe.
I'd
don't-
put them below
you
the
know-
Eggman robots purely for the
Yeah.
pop out of the ground thing. And
Yeah.
it caused the frame rate to tank every time they do it.
That's right.
Yep.
Right. So the worms are the worst.
Right here.
Um,
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah, that looks right.
Right. Then you got the.
The phoenixes, where the phoenix is better or worse than the. I feel like they're easier to deal with than the worms.
Yeah. So I put
Definitely.
them above the kid with the bronze medals.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The dogs.
And these are like a more annoying one.
Right.
We might need to reassess these enemies at some point, but that's fine for now.
Right. Well, we can do one final sweep. of the-
Yeah. Doggos?
Dogs are one of the best enemies because they're so easy.
Right. Oh yeah.
So
They also look kind of They also look really goofy, like not having any eyes.
why are they there?
Well, that one I
I
think.
mean, I like this one. I like a little less. He's taller. He's probably mean about it.
The
Doesn't
three
completely-
amigos.
Yeah, he hasn't
Yeah.
like absolved his like, cockiness. God's
Right.
still
that
judges him.
That makes sense
so,
to me.
Yeah.
Big
We got
rock, the molten rock man.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
Right. We got the big ones.
Well,
Well,
the,
okay,
the red, the red one is like the molten one that you see in Crisis. The pink, the purple one is the big things that you fight in Mephiles' final boss, and then the mini
okay.
ones are those mini Mephiles clones you fight in the first Mephiles boss.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
I don't like how many hits it takes to take them down, but I like them more than the worms.
I would agree with that. They are annoying to fight on that basis, but for the most part, they do just kind of stand there and wait for you to hit them, which is nice.
Yep.
I say they're pretty much
Yeah.
on equal terms with the big bulky Eggman robots. Like they're pretty much the exact same thing.
Oh yeah, they are.
Right.
I think that's fair.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna snap call the birds before the big boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Where would you put the Mephiles clones? The little guys.
The little
first.
the little guys that are apparently also called Shadow, according to the Sonic News.
They're not really a threat. They're annoying. I don't
Right.
know.
I mean, Shadow destroys.
They're really annoying.
Yeah, they are annoying. He destroys them easy, but there's so many. So it's like, you know, if you're standing in a field and you see one ant, you're like, whatever. But if you see 10 million ants, you're like, oh, I should move.
Sorry, I'm just looking at this positioning I looked into.
They're gonna attack! Run, girl,
You
run!
can attack that small child. They had it coming though, so
I'm torn because having to defeat so many of these things to build up your shadow gauge
Yeah.
is annoying, but you face these things throughout the game. Like they're a persistent threat, whereas this is like a really annoying thing, like once or twice. I
right.
might say
Maybe above the worms, but below the big guys.
like right there, maybe.
Right. And then
Yeah,
It's-
okay.
and then Big Titan.
Are they worse? Are they worse than Metal Boy?
I mean, he does maybe suck.
Maybe. He
okay.
might. I think we gotta
He
yeah.
allows such a dumb thing to happen.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Make your
Right.
cat like you.
He won't even tell you what the medals are for. It's just that he owns them. So
And then
I like the way these big guys die. Like whenever you kill them, they're like no.
yeah,
And then explode.
they're like really dramatic and theatrical.
They get
about
points
it.
for that.
right. So, I mean, just put him next to the other big one. They're sort of the same, right? It's just like
Well, no,
one is-
that's
These
the
are the
big one that you
Mephiles
fight in
boss.
Yeah, that's like the big super one that you fight in Mephiles' second boss.
right.
Their lasers kind of suck,
Yeah.
but that dying animation's pretty fun.
All right.
I think
Well, then
put him above all the enemies. I think he gets the top of the D enemies. He gets the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get the
okay,
no
there we
win
go, there we
prize.
go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I
For
think
everyone's reference, this is what we have left.
right. Which isn't much, and most of these people we know.
Yeah,
Right?
go for the humans that we still got.
Okay.
Uh,
That's a human, I think.
Yep. According
Put me into the judging square.
right.
More research is needed for that one, Chris.
Right. Looking at these humans, I think I forgot one, which would be the researchers from 10 years ago. Like, whatever they look
Oh,
like.
David.
I missed them. I know. That's upsetting.
I
Do you
I
even
would
see their
say they-
face, though?
maybe barely. I'd say they'd go at the end of C if they were here to judge, just because they're so.
Okay. Right. I'll have to...
But no, maybe the folly of what they were doing means they're like mid D.
Okay.
It's like the fuck. What were they trying to accomplish? They should have known better. Shame on them.
Okay, you probably go for Dancing Girl first.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go
let's
with...
rearrange this a little. Yeah. Is
Yeah.
she the one that talks to Elise at the end?
No.
she's that's just the one who's dancing, like putting on that show.
Right. Presumably the one that talks to her is the third person in that row.
Oh, her.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Dancing Girl dances, and I think she does a good job.
Yes.
And she's in CG, so she get points for that.
right.
She's in CG. She does get some bonus
She's
CG.
in CG.
points.
She's part of a large family because all the dancers look the same. So it's like you gotta
Not as good as Rib Roast, but
no.
better than a kid, maybe. Or wait, no, this was Rib Roast.
That was Ribros. That's
Who are you?
Was it Alfonso? Was that his name? I forget. Alfano. He's Einstein. He thinks that's the Einstein guy. She's
Okay.
gotta be better
Yeah, no.
than Einstein, right?
Yeah, he has the annoying omission attached. Is she better than the ghosts? Is maybe the question
No,
here.
she's not better than the ghosts.
Not better than
I stand firm on that.
You were so determined. No.
No.
Yes.
Book of Darkness Girl.
Yes.
Anna.
Protect me, please.
I love Anna.
She's
that's-
voiced, right?
Right.
She goes,
She knows the
she's not
secret.
No.
she does know the secret.
Wait, no, the other one knows the secret, doesn't she? Is it
Oh, I don't
Anna?
know.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah,
Anna knows, or
Anna's the second one, and the first one's the research girl.
Right, the first one is Adriana. She's the archaeologist
Yes.
lady.
Okay,
the second one is
like-
Anna. She knows the secret. The second one knows the secret.
God,
Guys, this is all nonsense.
this
So
game is a mess.
the second one watched the same documentary as Jim Carrey. Okay, she knows
Yeah.
the secret.
Yes, she
Secret.
does. Yes. So she goes. She's better than the other one. Oh well, the other one's in C. So I would put Anna. Wait, okay. The archaeologist.
I think archaeologist should be high. I mean, like she does kind of like she ends up throwing herself into too much trouble, like trying to deal with having to be saved from the Iblis creatures. But the fact that she's going through all this effort is like she's trying. She's putting in the effort. I think she has the potential to be a great character.
Okay. Well, maybe we should put
She's
her.
like the professor, but has a story-centric purpose and is
Right.
actually mandatory.
So maybe
Yeah.
we should
I
put
think
her
maybe-
above the girl. Yeah. Oh, above the girl.
You can put her above the ghosts. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
She deserves
Better
to be
than
above
cool
the
guy
ghosts.
though.
She does more than Lord Regis.
That's true. Lord Regis, like, is he too high?
Lord Regis might be too high is the issue here. Yeah, hang on.
Well,
We
I
might
think
have to
we
move.
put Regis high because he's noteworthy. He's noteworthy, memorable. He like technically has plot relevance because he's the one that gets
Yeah.
you grants you access. So it's
Right,
like
But he's not dead, so he goes above the
He's getting there though.
All brothers are dead, though.
You
Right,
won't even
if-
have
if-
to move spots.
If the game lasted just a few more days.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Oh.
they're all ghosts.
well, I mean, if the game lasts a few more days, everybody would be dead.
All right.
Then we
Okay,
have
now Anna.
the voice
Anna.
character.
Right, Anna. You got to put Anna pretty high. She's. I mean, I would at least put her in B, if not higher.
But she also knows the She also knows the secret. So
Right. If she knows
so
the secret.
if we put her in A, she might tell us the secret later.
Okay. Yeah. Put her in A. So she's above
besides,
limited table.
She's not quite maybe a musketeer. I don't remember anymore.
Oh, I forget which one he is. Okay. Oh.
Where do I go?
S rank.
Push the square button to decide where I go. I feel okay with that.
I think he should be first because he's always there with you.
Yeah, right. He's
He
not
is
better
always
than
there with you.
Luppy.
He
I
never
can't.
gives up on you.
Is he better than Luppy?
Oh.
I mean, the
This
Luppy
could-
guy gives you a word
We
that you
could-
can use forever. The information that
No,
gives
no.
you.
I mean, he does, but
With the money.
whatever the fuck his name is gives me a phrase I will remember on my deathbed, which is with the money.
That's
buy
true.
items in the
You know
town.
what? Okay.
But
Okay,
he's
put him
the one who
above-
tried to play God, and he's the reason why all these events happened. He's horrible.
But then,
right.
he
Okay, so-
tries to help you, like to call somehow. Like
Right,
he's
but
a
is he
ghost.
help?
He's a ghost too.
He's not trying to help you. He wants you to clean up his mess.
He never says, "Could you?" and like, "Please," does he?
He never says
Nope.
thank you, does he?
No.
Okay.
He's not even like, "For my daughter, please."
No, he just shakes and
Yeah.
hands you a scepter, and yeah.
Here's what the buttons on your plastic controller do. Yeah. All right. Now we have a rare variant here. This is the Winking Elise NFT, not the normal one. I'm not sure if that weighs in.
Because she's winking, I would put her in A.
Yes, CGI Elise gets extra points than game
Yeah.
model Elise. If this was game model Elise, then she would be much lower.
Right, I was gonna say put her after the woman at the table.
The professor and sitting woman are your two reference points.
Oh,
I mean, it could have been this guy, but I don't remember what he does anymore. So
he,
I can look at her and remember what she does at least.
because that's all she does. Okay.
No, to be real, she has to be better than her at the least.
Oh, I guess so. Right.
Because her purpose is to serve her.
Yeah. Unless you
At
move
least didn't really do
Table
anything
Lady
wrong.
above both of them.
Don't tempt me, David. Don't tempt me.
Eggman!
Whoa!
That's a main character.
Yes. He is, well, yeah, we're at the point where these are pretty much all main characters, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be a little goofy. Let's be a little silly.
Uh-huh.
The villains together here.
Oh, yeah. We got it right. We got a Mephiles,
Yeah,
too.
then we have our 5 Sonics,
yeah,
so we
yeah.
have our
Oh,
villains.
Yeah, you
okay,
put
so he's part of the Sonic. Okay. All right. Well,
Iblis? Is that what that is?
that is Iblis. That is
Okay.
Phase 3 Iblis. He's like, hi.
He just looked like a burnt hot
He
Cheeto, so I wasn't
he has
sure.
the stupidest legs. He has no
Yeah,
feet.
His legs are really dumb.
Right. Well, I had to pick a part of him, to get him in the square. Oh, okay.
I feel like Iblis
Iblis-
is above the enemies, but he's still very low.
Right.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a personality. He just exists and roars.
He serves a purpose, and that's about it.
Right.
Something like that.
Okay. That's fine.
Oh, but he's way more annoying to fight than those other enemies. Why you gotta put him
Oh,
so high?
But he's also
that's
like plot relevant.
Yeah, the fact that he's a god is like okay.
He's half a god.
Right.
That's your hat. Yeah,
The other
half
half
of a
is-
god.
is
the real
Sonic.
god's right over there. Yeah.
We're half a science experiment. We don't even know if that was the Sonic says that's the true Solaris, or this is a fake Solaris. You're not even real.
Right.
It's the
Okay.
Zelda logo.
The Zelda.
That's
I mean,
kinda-
it's the Zelda logo, so that should be high. That should be pretty high.
Yeah,
Right.
Everyone likes Zelda, right?
Yeah, Zelda's a good game. It's got good Zeldas in it.
It might be anxious.
See? Yes.
Yeah.
It's confused.
And then you got
Eggman.
Eggman's better than Lord Regis.
I really like Eggman in this game. He's a little sassy sometimes, like when Shadow busts in on the train. He's like, couldn't he just use the fucking door?
Wouldn't
He
the
has that-
door have been
When you beat the Egg
easier?
Wyvern, he
Yeah.
shoots out of his seat, wacky racist style, and he hangs there for a minute, and he's like, uh-oh, and then he falls.
You have wasted
presumably
so
dies?
much of my time.
Oh, man. 06 Eggman's pretty underrated, I gotta say. So maybe like a low C. No. If I'm being real, he's better than Lee Sin-Scape.
Yeah.
If he had a better design, he'd be an S rank. But because he's got that
Oh.
design, he just gets to be A.
You know,
I even kind of like the design.
yeah,
I know that's blasphemous to say.
over the years, I have...
It's the eye. It's the eyes that are
grown.
weird. The fact that you can see the eyes, it's like, ew.
Yeah, that doesn't help him for sure.
Well, it's
Is-
because
is
they're
he
too
better
beautiful.
than-
It's like the Ark of the Covenant. You look at it and you just melt. So
Is Eggman our top A? Like, is he better than condescending old man I've forgotten and a surprised woman I've forgotten?
I would put him
Wait.
below. I would put him at least below Shopkeeper.
okay. Well,
Yeah,
that's not condescending old man. That's progressive old woman. That's what.
Oh, shit.
Cancelled. Boom.
It's what the game says.
I
Yeah,
think that feels okay.
that feels good. I like that.
And Eggman's like, I got your back, honey. I'm right here with you. Okay.
Eggman he does respect pronouns. We know that. This is a fact.
It's true. Let's get
Okay.
the girls in. Let's immediately be counterproductive and focus on the girls here.
Is Solaris a girl?
Yes.
I mean, that looks like an egg. So
Egg.
It's the flame. It's good.
Rouge the Bat is in this game.
Yes.
She is essential for the Omega having a Chaos Emerald plot point, I guess.
Right. Well, she's what brings Shadow into the game. She's the one she goes for the scepter. Shadow has to rescue her. Then the scepter breaks and then Mephiles goos out and he's like, "Oh,
Ew.
you Shadow." She doesn't.
she's the one who finds the Chaos Emerald in the future.
Yeah. She's
She's
resourceful.
maybe a little
she helps
bland.
push.
But I do like her in this game.
Yeah, I would put her in the maybe in the B somewhere. B for
Like low
bat,
B?
or B for bat. I mean,
Yeah,
high
but-
B. You can put her. I think a high B would be good.
Ivy?
I
I don't
mean,
even know who these people are anymore.
That's the problem. I was like, okay, cool guy is cool guy. I'm sure we had a good reason for her. I think I liked him, so not going past him.
Is
right.
she better or worse than Apple Man?
Oh,
She's worse than Apple Man.
Okay.
right. Girl Crossing Arms is the head of Guns Decryption Unit who thinks Shadow is dumb.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
so Rouge
they're
should
like-
definitely
they
be.
need to be
yeah,
together.
they're
Yeah.
BFFs.
Right. They just like to sit there and they drink coffee
like,
and
oh,
make
that
fun of Shadow.
That fucking guy.
Just like Topaz. It's the 06 Topaz.
Well,
Okay,
yeah,
I
I'll
like
go with
that.
Yeah.
This is an easy judgment call to make. I think Blaze is probably like IA in 06.
Yeah, Blaze is pretty interesting. Yeah.
I don't think she does anything wrong in this game.
Because of how confusing her with the relationship with the rest of Blaze's continuity is, she doesn't get S, but as she is, she's an A.
Okay.
She's also just kind of like, what does she do?
Yeah, she doesn't, other than seal Iblis, nothing really.
Oh yeah, she does do that.
Right. She
gives
steals
her
the-
life.
She does have she has a sad death scene.
Right.
She's not dead.
Right, she goes back home. She also consoles or counsels. Not she doesn't console. She's like Silver's counsel. They're all mixing
She
together.
says
They're all
she
fine.
tells Silver she tells Silver it's okay to kill somebody, so she gets right beside the one who tells Sonic to kill somebody.
Yeah, she's like, well, you know.
Okay.
Right, so she probably really enjoys that one shopkeep who's like, can you just murder that thief?
Which
She's probably the one who put the idea in his head.
he put Blaze right beside her.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Amy.
Poor Amy. She's in this game so much, and I don't.
I mean,
kinda
she's
wish she
in it,
wasn't.
but she's also, well, invisible sometimes. Haha.
Hey.
Put her.
I just love the immediate condemnation. Put her fucking somewhere.
Put her above Lord Regis, but below Archaeologist. Maybe.
Above Rouge?
No.
Really?
She would be below
You
Rouge.
said. Oh wait. Sorry,
Regis
I
is
was
moved.
looking.
Yes.
I just saw the big hat, and I was like, "Oh, Lord Regis above him."
No,
Yeah,
I
no, he's
mean-
shifted over quite a bit.
Unless, is she better than Lord Regis in this game?
I don't think so.
You know what? Okay, put her below Dancing Girl.
Oh, I can get on board with that. The thing that causes 06 to undo itself, specifically in this frame.
Oh, S.
Yeah.
Not as
Yeah.
good as Accordion Man.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Now we have the we didn't
Non-Sonics.
slot in anywhere else category.
Right. Do.
I'm gonna say Omega.
Omega gets stuff to
Is-
do. He should get high up.
I think Omega might be.
I say
And
better
this is just
than
an
I say
easy
better than
assumption to
Rouge.
make.
I honestly say better than Rouge because he at least has like some kind of character development. Considering the whole I was like,
does?
I seal you away in the future.
I don't think he has any
I don't-
character development.
Well, it's not really
That's
development, but
He follows
it's,
orders.
It's character exploration.
It's just his programming, right? Like, Eggman programmed him to guard Shadow in Heroes. So, like, he is the anti-Shadow unit. And then the humans go, we'll use him to capture Shadow in this bad future we blame Shadow for, even though he didn't do it. And then he's like, in the future, I guess I will do that. Sucks for you. And you're like, oh, he doesn't say, I won't do it. That he'll rebel against his programming. He's pretty locked in, right? Or does he have a moment where he's like, maybe I won't. Maybe we will continue to fight until we fight. Or is Shadow the one who just has all the reflectiveness? God, don't remember.
Shadow's the
Yeah,
one
you're-
with the reflective. It's more so just the fact that that he gets, dude. But we you see kind of the thing of like it feels very much like a case of he doesn't want to do it, but he feels like something happens in the future that forces him to do it. So he's like, oh, I'm conflicted about this. So it's like, I mean, yeah, it's obviously nothing huge, but it's like, hey, it's Omega gets something.
Also
I guess-
prefer the much more simple.
And also he gets to pull a Bender and just turns himself offline for 1,000 years and then wakes back up, and it's like, that's funny.
If it's
That's
much more
funny.
simple to consider, he does have the
Okay.
stones to take Mephiles head on too.
True. Okay. I'll
I mean, other Sonic.
right. Okay, I'll put him above. Yeah, above Rouge. That makes sense. We'll do that. They're all hanging
Yeah,
out.
but like not much better. You know,
Or
just
mud,
still-
no, just slightly.
they're solid in this game.
Knuckles.
Tails.
Where do I go?
Tails is in this game, but if
I
you
am.
told me right now, what's one thing Tails does in 06, I'd go,
Let me see. He distracts Eggman when Sonic and Elise are doing Dusty Desert, which doesn't really matter anyway.
oh,
No.
that's like off screen
Yeah,
then. Yeah,
he goes-
I guess he does do that.
He goes to
He opens the switch for the whale to get out.
I
He
thought he
goes back to the beach later just to have to go back to the town.
yeah,
That's
nothing.
right.
Yeah,
He-
so nothing.
doesn't he close the gate to trap the whale so Sonic won't.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Right,
he
because
traps the
Sonic's
whale.
just not.
Sonic's just
Wait.
holding onto the whale, and it's like you can let go.
Oh.
He's like, no, I can't.
Tails is a gatekeeper in this game? Ugh. I put him here, but I'm not gonna lie. Tails doesn't do anything in this game. I don't think D's out of the question for Tails.
He looks at computers. He tells Sonic what's going on. He's like, oh, in
This
the future.
is terrible.
Yeah.
That's true. He tells Sonic about Knuckles being in the warehouse area.
Yeah, he drops those ring bombs, which are terrible. Yeah, put him there, I guess. Like in this game.
Below man who points.
Oh, Tails.
I mean,
Knuckles
right.
has to be below because Knuckles does even less.
Right. Okay, put Knuckles below the train guy.
Like, yeah, well, yeah, technically, yeah. All Knuckles does that. He gives Sonic the message from Eggman, but it's like
oh, we need to
that's really
From Nurse
we need
Joy.
we need a reassessment on Tails and Knuckles because they do help at the end of the world.
That is true. Okay, put them
so they get
under
C.
Solaris.
They get C.
Or C, yeah. Okay.
All right, let's
That's
see.
fine.
He's better.
Than
The
the
number
dog,
one enemy. But not,
but not
right.
Knuckles.
Not-
Okay,
oh.
Knuckles.
No.
Alright. We'll put, yeah, okay. Yeah, they gotta be both better than girl who wants to,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to be fair here.
Knuckles isn't better than the waiter, though.
I mean, look at him. He's so handsome.
That's right. Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay,
Oh,
the Sonics.
oh, here we go. This is it. This is the last group, the last 5. It's funny that Sonic's in this game 5 times, but I mean, look at all the other characters that are reused. So,
Okay, what
This is Silver's debut.
that is right. I would put
Or I mean, Silver Sonic.
Silver Sonic.
Wait.
Yes.
Did he make a good first impression with you?
I'm biased because over the years I have warmed up to Silver a lot. But if I think back to when I played the game back then and saw the memes in 2008 internet of what Silver was like, all the memes were he has marijuana for a head and he screeches. And that's all I associated with him back then.
Right. Well,
He's not unlikable. He's just naive and misguided. He's used by other Sonic here. So I want to go a little soft on him. I like his gameplay, even if it isn't very good.
I think giving him somewhere in the B would be fair.
I mean, he's better than Amy. If we're looking at this, he's better
Do
than
you
Amy.
think he's better than Rouge and Omega?
Oh,
what's,
well, that's when it gets tough.
is he better than?
The ghosts.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, he can see ghosts, so he's better than ghosts.
Right.
Yeah, let's one by one this. Lord Regis and Silver. Silver's better than Lord Regis, right?
I would put Lord Regis below the ghosts at this point. reconsidering everything.
Wow. He's just slipping and sliding, but I like it.
He's
He was
The archaeologist
going
recognizable,
down in the
but
polls.
Researcher girl? Sure. Now here's the real fucking test. Cool guy.
Yeah, I think cool
No.
guy's cooler, so we gotta keep cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Mortal enemies.
yeah. He's like, I'm cool too, right? It's like, no.
Okay, evil Sonic.
Right.
Evil Sonic.
Methyl
See, I,
Sonic.
I
voiced
like
by
his
Dan
design. I like his voice. His
Yeah.
plan's
Yeah.
kind of stupid, but I like the concept that he's just half a god controller of time.
Is
He
he?
kind of hams it up. That's kind of fun, you know?
He's Dan Green, yeah, like that gives you lots of points.
So I guess is he better than Solaris? Like,
No, he's definitely better than Solaris.
Yeah, okay. He's at least better than Solaris. Is he better than the anxious group of women?
Not really. Be honest with yourself, Chris.
We
No,
gotta-
I hate that feels kind of right. We just
Yeah.
immediately landed there.
I think it works. It's good.
I like that we put Solaris there because we said. I like that we put Solaris there because we said Solaris is anxious, though.
No,
Yeah,
the more
okay.
anxious you are, the closer you are to God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Edit
Just like
that
if we
out.
consider, this is when Mephiles is merged, right? So like this is also Mephiles, so like it has to be better, right?
But also, he
Right.
loses all of his personality when he becomes. So that's why
It's
it's
in
like
there.
it's kind of like Ganondorf and Ganon, where it's like, oh, Ganondorf loses all of his personality when he becomes the pig Ganon. So it's like, which is really the better one?
Right.
Also, Chris, that last fight is bad.
It is pretty bad. Yeah.
Doo-doo-doo.
Not as bad as like Confident
Well,
Man in Woods, but
the final Solaris fight's one of the better fights in the game. What about
Alright.
Black Sonic?
other evil Sonic.
Right.
Everyone's already said it that like Shadow's one of the best, but Shadow story is one of the best parts in the game. So
It's true.
Yeah,
Pretty solid.
we might have to put him pretty.
in A,
I feel like
maybe.
you gotta put him. Yeah, he's got to go definitely above like
Better than
where-
Blaze.
Is he better than maybe above Eggman? Honestly,
I don't know if
Sorry,
I put him
Kendall
above
Williams.
Eggman. I don't.
Yeah, me either. But I think you'd go above Blaze.
okay, in the middle, in between them. That's a good.
What do you think, Chris? Do you like
Yeah.
Blaze or Shadow more? Or do you think can Shadow compete with Girl Who Tells Sonic to kill someone?
Shadow would if he was asked. That's where I'm stuck. Blaze
Shadow,
actually
yeah,
does, though.
Shadow would try to kill Sonic himself if he believed that was what. If he believes that is what would need to be done in order to save the world, he would kill Sonic himself.
Gut feeling here.
He'd do it just if some girl asked him to do it because he was driving a car.
You know that's true. He's quite agreeable in this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
So we
Which
have
Sonic
two
are we
Sonics
doing?
left.
There's two Sonics. There's
I'm gonna
Sonic.
save actual Sonic for last.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't like Sonic in this game.
No, he's pretty cringe.
He's somehow central to the story, but also feels like you could take him out and like things wouldn't work, but it just feels like you could take him out and it wouldn't work. You know what I mean? He feels inconsequential, even though he's very consequential.
well, it's like pretty much
Right.
his main thing is just the fact that pretty much his whole thing is just to befriend Elise so that either Elise can die and cause the thing to destroy the world, or he dies and Elise cries and destroys the world. He is basically just a walking plot device when you think
Yeah,
about
he's
it.
like the least interesting major player,
Yeah.
which means he's at least above Amy, who is not a major player, but
Right.
now
Is Lord Regis better than Sonic?
I mean, Sonic can shrink himself with the power of his infinite rim gauge.
Oh, he's complacent. He's using evil tech.
That's right.
True.
It's by that organization. Like, what are they doing? What is Rimlight doing? I need to know.
You could put Sonic in Y.
Oh my god. Now there's a paradigm shift.
Put
waiting
it at
to
the
happen.
top of Y, yes.
Yeah, at the top of Y.
Huh.
Right.
Why do I not hate the way that feels though?
Okay, and well, now what about best Sonic?
All right, actual Sonic.
Actual Sonic.
Rank.
It's real easy to just meme and be like, "Oh, he's the best thing," but I mean,
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he belongs
gotta
up there, but he's
is
not.
he better than the thing that undoes his own existence? I mean, he's still in the world
I would
somewhere.
say so.
We just don't see him again. You know, it's not like he goes away.
Right, we don't know what
Yeah.
he does after this. All we know is that
Is he-
I would say he's better than Accordion Man because of the way he runs. That gives
He's
him
better
extra
than a member of
points.
Sega's sound team. Interesting.
But I don't know if he's better than Hatson.
no.
That
makes
that's a
sense.
tough tough egg to beat.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that looks right.
So
Is one of the most solid characters though. Yeah. This role feels good. to
Sonic
me.
Man has also appeared in other material, so
right, he's eternal. I
True.
mean, he's the main character of the franchise. So, right. I guess there goes the judging row. So.
all right. So now let's do the one last run through and see if we agree with
Yeah.
everything.
All right, we have a capitalist at the end where he deserves to be.
Right.
We have the fucking fleshlight numbers here, whatever they were called. We have
Jeez.
what was this guy? We're just going to reevaluate all these people if we do this. He deserves to be here. She deserves to be here. Sonic,
Right.
Minecraft Steve amidst the clergy. Boy that unsettles me. Like this is all. I think the enemies are what's really going to upset D if we actually look at this.
Right.
That's one of the best. These are fine. These are fine. These are also fine. But I think this is better than the birds because it's easier to
Yeah,
deal
they're
with.
easier
You know
to
what I
kill
mean?
them. The big guys, yep. The Mephiles clone, the worms are the worst.
I might posit something that only affects Silver here. Sometimes his psychokinesis doesn't grab these things, and it's kind of annoying.
It is.
So
yeah.
maybe like
Okay.
Shadow,
Shadow.
fucking Metal Kid.
the worms.
So I want the
Yeah,
I want the
there you
worms
go.
surrounding the boy.
Okay.
Okay.
There's
Does D look good?
yeah, then there's Iblis, the fake guards, pointing guy.
The pointing. That's all he does. He points.
He knows what he does. It's not helpful. And he's right below other pointing kid,
All right.
his son.
Oh, perfect.
Probably
Yeah, so we
related.
can't, we can't touch C, perhaps.
Well, you
This is
can't.
solely on his family tree.
Yeah, now C is pretty stacked. I didn't think we'd feel as neutral as we did, but I think it represents 06 well.
Right.
The anxious crew.
We had the Final Fantasy Origins guy, Anxious Crew, all the way up to whatever you are.
Oh, that's
The Rebellious Guards, Overbrow. Man who sits in the dead center as he should be. No, we can't touch C. C's perfect.
C's locked in.
Juniper Jones over here, Fred, Innocent
The running
Kid,
kid,
Pacha,
John Goodman, Amy, Dancing
Dancer
Girl,
doing her best,
Lord Regis.
Lord
The
Regis.
Fallen,
Keep falling.
a literal ghost,
The
one
ghosts,
of the Three Musketeers,
both the other ghosts,
Oh
the
God.
pilot who died in a car crash.
the archaeologist. That's good.
Yes.
Silver, Sonic.
Silver.
Cool guy.
Cool guy.
The Shadow
Gun.
Commiseration
Yeah, the
Party.
shadow, the gun.
Ha ha ha. Shadow is funny. This is Omega.
That's the anarchist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we nailed B
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the end. Now, here's where it gets foggy
That's
because I do have to ask for reminders on these
that's
people.
Luppy
'cause they're
Luppy's
so high,
brother.
it kind of matters.
That's all.
Lumpy Lumpy's brother.
Right, Ken Williams, the hotel
The Sky-
manager.
Skylar.
That's
The
the
Skylar
guy.
King oh man emoji from our server.
Right, he's the guy who's like, oh, there's a girl I like. Will I talk
Oh,
to
yeah.
her? Maybe I'll talk to
Right,
her.
we pitied him.
Right, like he starts out creepy, and then he gets friend zoned, and then maybe romance could happen, but timer's reset, so no.
Right, I think I put him there for the tragedy of that. Yeah, okay.
Right.
If I was being honest, he can probably get punted B, but whatever.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Oh, that's young man. He's the one who's
Young
there for his
man.
mom.
Young man 2.
Yes,
Yes.
there's a few
Oh.
young mans, just like there's a few middle-aged mans.
Okay. He goes above girl who sits. She's not taking any action. It's good for her, but noble. Honestly, this might be the conversation we need to have.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
better than Elise. Wow. Yeah, why not? You know?
Because he's trying to
No.
save his mother.
Right.
He's explicitly fighting for someone else. At least technically is.
Right. She's fighting for her people, but the people could be a vague concept to her. Like she doesn't. How many people does she actually know? Her ladies in
Yeah,
waiting.
like,
I guess she met the.
could she
Pope.
tell you who this man is? Of course she couldn't.
No. Does she? Does she understand his plight that he's been fired from from whatever business he was
Right.
working at? I
This
if it was
one
Rimlight,
asked
I
for a
don't know.
murder.
Right.
Yeah, the girl who tells Sonic to kill. Old woman,
Old
shopkeeper,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I
and then
think-
the S.
I think that looks good. And no notes.
I don't know. Yeah.
These two, like, you could flip a coin depending on the day. Maybe they take either place, but I think we did it.
Holy
Other than the
shit.
characters that aren't here.
And it only took us 2.5 hours.
Oh god, it did.
There's a lot of characters in this game, and I forgot the researchers from the past. Although I don't know if we really, I don't remember if we know what they look like. So
If they were here, we'd put them in Y tier with the other, the rim light people.
right, I mean maybe they're working with Rimlight. Like yeah,
Yeah,
That makes
maybe
sense.
they become rim light.
yeah.
Okay, actual last conversation. Does Sonic actually need to go in Y?
I mean,
like
you
him
said
there.
it feels appropriate.
It does feel right. Like, why does he care about Elise beyond the point of like, I need to save her? You know, like, what did she ever do to or for him other than be pretty?
His
Question
role
mark?
in his own story is so basic.
Yeah.
All right, he exists so other people can grow, like the would-be couple or the priests.
Doesn't learn anything in his own story. He undoes his own story.
He dies in his
He's-
own story.
Yeah, he gets killed. He's just a vehicle for other things to happen.
Right, he dies. He doesn't
God.
become a ghost. He doesn't get to hang out with the ghosts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
keep
doesn't
keep
even
him in
become a
Y.
ghost. Yeah. I think we did it.
I think we did. This is it.
Oh man, if you would like to use this tier list for your own, check out the video box.
Check out the
Look
box in the
below.
video. Tell us what we did wrong. Where would you put
Lord Regis.
man in blue shirt
Blue shirt Bart.
who's maybe wearing glasses?
Where would you put boy or old man?
Oh man, let me tell you where I'd put a boy and an old man. Anyway, thanks for watching our ranking video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'm so sorry. You're here to hear me apologize. It's been almost 3 hours.
Right. If they didn't like it, I think they've moved away. They clicked the back.
God,
button
I
by
hope.
now.
Okay. I don't know how to end
I-
this fucking thing. Steven.
I have a surprise. I don't know if you want to attach it to this or
Oh. I like surprises. Oh, I was still in our Patreon chat, so I just saw a screen cap of Lupin the Third, and I was like, "What?"
no.
Oh, click the. Yeah, use it. Click it.
Oh, oh no!
I do this really
Well,
fast. Do this really
Okay,
fast.
there's. Yeah, there's less people, there's less icons than I thought there'd be.
No. Oh gosh. Well, first of all,
Oh, thank you.
this is the saddest photo of Gareth I think I've ever seen in my life. It's not even explicitly sad. It's just like, why would anyone take that photo?
It's the first frame of one of his vines. I couldn't find a photo of him, so I was like, I'll
Fine.
take that.
You went to fine.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the
Okay.
only things that comes up when you search his name.
Okay, it's true. Wow. Gosh. Okay. Yeah. Bonus round. I can't. That's bias. Find the computer room.
David's got to be
David's
fine. He's got to be
helped us find
fined.
ourselves.
He's definitely on the find ranking.
Gareth also goes in find because we don't know where he is.
Mexi's definitely. I think he's a
NBN.
room. He's definitely a room guy.
Yeah, because I want
He's
to
a
be in
brick
him.
house.
The Roomba. Yeah.
The room I want to be in for sure.
Speaking of room, Skylar is also
I feel
in
like
the
he's
room.
a the, right?
Or the, yeah. Because he's Skylar
I
the
feel like he's a
King.
the. Skylar's
He's like sometimes there.
Mm-hmm.
Steven's a computer.
Computer.
He's smart. He does a lot of our processing.
Computers.
It's me.
Hello.
That is,
I'm
that
also
is
in a
you.
room.
Where would I play? You do a lot of work for us, so I think you're also a computer.
Yo.
Yeah, I think Steven and Stefan next to each other is good.
TJ's definitely a the. He's the.
Yeah, 'cause he's also kind of sometimes there.
Torch.
I don't think any of us have ever taught to Torch, so he's definitely a find.
You, and then no, and then you go in room.
I go in the room with NBN. Okay.
That makes sense to me. Yeah.
This sorted itself pretty easily, I think, actually.
Right.
Huh.
Makes sense. Keep it at the end. It's a good time.
He's just so sad.
He's also
If
the
I put
odd
his
one.
hair, it
Ghost.
looks like he's holding the torch. Yes. Perfect. No notes. We did it.
No. Let's go.
Thank you for the surprise, Steven.
Of course.
What a great photo of David, by the way. Oh,
Are you holding a burger?
I don't know where to find photos of people, so I just relied on thumbnails.
Okay.
I can't tell if I took this photo of TJ or not. That's what's tripping
No,
me
I
up.
did.
Anyway,
You know, the TJ picture is a screenshot from I think the Great Sonic Debate trailer where he points and goes, "It could be you," because I took that
Okay.
screen cap.
I have an equally bad photo of TJ then somewhere. That's what it is. Okay, how do we end this? Bye.
Thank you
and
for watching
subscribe.
Tiers. I hope
Oh.
that one day you will subscribe to a tier on Patreon. Not necessarily us, just anyone. Any tier. Do it.
Yeah,
Support
go
someone
Support
you love.
someone.
If you want us to do more tier lists, put what tier list you want to do in the comments below, and maybe
Ooh,
we
I
will
wanna-
do it for extra content.
Well,
Ooh,
make
I wanna-
a tier list of tier lists you'd like for us to do.
yeah.
There we go. I'd like to do SA1 at some point in a similar vein of this.
Yo.
Okay.
Okay. With that said, bye everyone.
Maybe we'll get some fun tiers.
Who are you again?